We're live. We're live. Hey guys. Rorius here. Um, we're back for more memes. Well, memes. For more posts from the Reddit. I haven't checked to see if any messages have been posted out, but I trust that my people have made the messages that are necessary. One second, I'll just do some things. Okay. Alright, well. Shall I begin? To start us off today, we've got the Wii Remote's forgotten feature. Oh, hey Zach. Welcome, welcome. It has begun. It has. What is this?
Hey guys, the Wii Remote is often seen as just a gimmicky mess of a controller, but in my opinion, no controller is more flawlessly crafted and deeply immersive than the Wii Remote. For one, the Wii Remote is designed to be held in one hand, making it perfect for motion control gameplay. The design makes holding a tennis racket or wearing a boxing glove translate so naturally to holding a Wii Remote. And then you have the rumble, which gives your motions a real sense of impact, making the immersion so much more potent. But so far, these are all things that the Joy-Cons can do, and perhaps even do better. But there is one very important yet subtle feature that the Switch Joy-Cons lack: a speaker. This may seem like such an insignificant detail, but if you've ever played Wii Sports and heard the subtle thud of the tennis ball as it hits your racket, you know exactly how game-changing this small detail truly is. It brings the audio out of the TV in a way that, when done right, can make you feel truly immersed in a game. But what are your thoughts on the Wii Remote? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more.
It's funny because the PS4 controller had a similar feature where on PS4 some games would, if you had it set up, you could turn it off, but if you had it was on by default. If you had it set up to allow audio to play through your controller, certain audio in the game would play through your controller, and it was fascinating but weird. Like, so weird. In a game called Infamous, characters would contact you via radio to, like, tell you about missions or talk to you about, like, what you're doing, current events. And it would play through your controller, and I don't know what it was about it, but I found it so weird. I think I actually turned it off. Even though I was like, I remember when I first got the controller, I was like, oh, awesome, controller has this cool feature. I'm curious how companies will use it. And that was like the only time I ever came across it being used. And I was too weirded out to have it actually used. Because, like, every time it would happen, I'd, like, hold my controller up to my ear to, like, listen more intently. And it was just weird. Reminds me of the Joy-Con on Switch vibrating to make sound effects. Right. Yeah, they have no speakers. Yeah, yeah. So they make different vibration frequencies to make noise. That's brilliant. But I imagine weird. Kermit tries to scam a man?
Hey everyone, how are you all doing? As some of you may know, I've been off for a week. I haven't been well, so
I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, just
security
so we don't have. I want to try and make this a little bit faster paced than last time.
Take care.
Second.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm in hold.
Hello, who is this?
Hello?
Yes, who is this?
Hello, is this can I speak to Mr. Trado?
Yes, speaking. My name is Lucas Strada. Who is this?
Yes, hi. I'm currently
Hey, humongous.
monitoring your activity at the moment.
It's you.
And your conversation.
It's Jake.
And I believe Roger from Microsoft is a scammer. I see He is currently writing prices on your notepad of software. I believe
Welcome
that
to the
this guy
stream,
is a
Humongous.
scammer, sir.
I hope you have
What?
a great dump.
Roger, is this
Yeah.
true?
Yes. I believe he's connected to your computer and he's typing on your notepad.
The person they are running, they are the hacker. Just hang up that call. Hang up this call.
No, sir. No, sir. If you
Just hang up that call. That's the hacker.
He has an Indian accent. He is currently connected to your computer. No Microsoft or big companies like Amazon would ever connect to
Head
your
on,
computer.
Curry. Oh no.
I believe you are being scammed right now.
Sorry, Roger, is this correct? I thought you were a Microsoft certified technician working in Microsoft
Sounds
office
like
in London
Curry.
on 80 Victoria Street. Is this not correct?
Yeah. No Microsoft company would ever remote connect to your computer. I see he's trying to write down the software that you need for your computer. Microsoft
Maybe
would
vaguely.
never connect to your computer, sir.
Sorry, and what is your name? What is your name? I'm confused now. What is your name? How are you on my computer?
Oh, I do apologize. Sorry.
So,
Please hang up the call. They are the hacker. They are the hacker. They're monitoring your computer and they don't want to fix it. So you need to hang up that call.
Yeah, yeah.
who's the hacker? I'm so confused now.
You need to hang up that call. Hang up that call as soon as possible.
He is an Indian
If you're not
scammer.
hang up that call, they will do everything, and we can't help you out. Could you please hang up that call?
Sorry,
Just
Roger.
hang up that
Roger
your
from
call.
Microsoft. Just give me 1 second. Sir,
This is yeah, it's scam bait, right? It's yeah. The beta. This is a scam beta victim and scammer. And the scammer is trying to say that the scam baiter is a scammer. Get them to hang it up.
Sir,
You need to hang up your landline call.
yes, just give me 1
Hang up
second,
that
Roger.
landline call.
Roger from Microsoft. Just give me 1 second. Sir,
Yeah.
no, I'm not talking to you now, Roger. I'm talking to the other gentleman. So how are you on my computer also? If Roger's also in my computer?
We've been monitoring these scammers' computers, and we see who they're connecting to, and that they're trying to pretend that they're
Competitive market.
Microsoft, and saying
Yeah.
that people need.
That's what I thought at first. I thought at first it was some situation where like it was I wasn't sure if it was the one that was intended to be watched first, but it was a situation of two scammers both trying to scam one person. I thought the baiter had got two scammers to like basically compete with each other. I love that idea. Oh, brilliant.
The software to protect the computers. We are actually monitoring their activity, and this is how we came across. They are on your computer and they're writing stuff.
To me,
So you currently
the
connected
bait
to my computer or to Roger's
said before.
computer?
Two scammers
I don't
fight.
understand.
We are connected to Roger's
To me, the
computer.
scam baiter
Oh.
sounds just
So
like
that's
a
why
New
you see the
Zealander.
connection. And you can see what he's doing to my computer. He's writing the prices of the packages.
It's
Yes, sir,
fire
yeah.
boy.
So
He is an Indian scammer.
so he's an Indian scammer.
You're the
Valley
one
or-
who's late. How
Sorry.
could you?
Sorry, 1 second.
Welcome to the
Roger, what do
stream.
you got to say for yourself?
They are a clever hacker, and if you are talking to that guy more than 2 minutes, they are everything installed the hacking. So you have to hang up that call as soon as possible. Otherwise, we can't help you out. You need just hang up that call. I told you already. If you not hang up that call, they could do anything. So you want me to help you out? Just hang up that call first. Hang up that call. If you stay on the line, they use your phone IP to get access to your computer. I told you already. There's somebody move the mouse arrow while we're doing something, and that is the person. They're moving the mouse arrow. If you are not hang up, just hang up that call first.
Sorry, Roger from Microsoft. I'm so confused now. This gentleman saying you are a
You
scammer.
need to hang up that. I told you already. Somebody moved the mouse arrow on the computer, and they are the hacker. We are
I like
removing
the
the
picture
hacker,
of the dog,
and they
Paul.
don't want to remove the hacker. That's why they ring you. They confuse you.
I
I
see.
show you the hacking
Oh.
software they're running. And when we try to remove it, they don't want to remove it.
Yes, I'm so
That's
confused.
why they're ringing you. Yeah. First of all, you just hang up the call. Otherwise, you are like,
Okay. I think I've heard enough. It's good. I love that. I love that premise, and I love also I really be interested to see two scammers going at it. Anyway, this is fantastic. Firearms expert. Oh, I saw this in my recommended. I didn't actually
This
watch
is Jonathan
it though.
Ferguson, the keeper of
So,
firearms and artillery at the Royal
what
Army
better time
Museum in
than
the UK, which houses a collection of thousands of iconic weapons from throughout history. And this week, he's taking a look at the weapons from the winner of our most recent poll, the Half-Life franchise.
Now, the
gotta-
elephant in the room
I've got to replay Half-Life Alyx. I played it once for the channel, and that's all. I have not played more Half-Life Alyx since then. But I was looking at something the other day. I was looking at something last night, actually. And I was like, man, I gotta replay Half-Life Alyx. I forgot how cool that game is. And just seeing it there, I was like, shit, I really gotta replay it.
is always an underbarrel grenade launcher on a submachine gun. That's absurd. The MP5 made lots of sense. The grenade launcher made almost no sense until I came to the Royal Armories and met this.
Nice.
If you like this kind of content, we've got a brand new season of Loadout airing on the channel.
is
and you
actually-
can check out our most recent episode about the
actually
history and
based on a
pop culture
real
impact of the M16 right now.
mod
Right,
for
let's take a look at the iconic weapons from
SMG.
Half-Life.
I'm assuming it's a mod.
So
I doubt
first
the
gun
rapid
up
fire
is
is
the Glock. Fond memories of using this. I
Unless
think it's
unless the
first
game it's
I
implied
ever
that he
played.
actually pulls it over and
First game
over
I ever
again.
played to try to replicate a Glock. And if we look at a real
Little ponytail at the back of the
Glock
head.
17, you can clearly see that's what they're going for, despite the limitations of the graphics. We've got the point on the front of the trigger guard here, bottom edge. General blocky shape, of course, is iconically Glock. So I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't
This
taken
camera's
a
going at
photo
it.
of a Glock and
Excuse
de-resed
me?
it, and wrapped it onto the actual model. Minor quirk of the Glock in the game, and I think they did this just because they could, so they weren't just inserting a black square into a black square, is the magazine. So the real Glock magazine. That really is just apparently on the outside a lump of plastic. The mag in the game is very skinny and has windows in it. It looks a lot like a Makarov magazine, funnily enough, which has a very long witness window so you can see how many rounds you have left. Probably the main departure from the actual Glock design.
They replaced the picture.
Okay, that's a surprise. I did not expect a locker with my name on it and a picture of me in it in Half-Life. There's even a very low poly copy of my book.
Oh, neat. Oh. Like a Black Mesa now. Sorry,
All
I've
right,
got
so
like
we've
a-
got black.
I got like a weird ass tickle deep in my throat that I can't. I might need to eat something. Emergency banana.
Mesa, the fan
Emergency
remake,
banana.
remember rightly, of the Glock next, and it is way more Glocky, safe to say. Got lots of detail, like the whereas there's just like a square inset in the back of the slide on the original
Ticklish.
engine version of the game. This has the ribbed polymer backplate of a real Glock with the different shapes. The U-shaped version of the rear sight that's on this Gen 2.
I'll eat all my
Glock.
friends.
And it just
Oh.
it's modeled better. It acts more realistically. The magazines look like Glock magazines. It's just better all around, really.
Hey, Rocky. Welcome to the stream.
Right, we're into Half-Life 2. The pistol's been replaced by
Banana
an
spotted.
HK USP match. This is not a pistol, unlike the Glock from the original game that would have just been lying around. It's a specialist competition variant of not a hugely Gucci pistol, but the one with the competition muzzle weight / comp on the end of it is pretty Gucci. So a little bit surprising, and it's not something you're
Pretty
going to
Gucci.
keep finding in this environment. If you found one, that would be it, and you'd be finding different guns. It's pretty good. The recoil seems excessive. Shouldn't really be jumping around as much as it is. In terms of the detail of the model, I don't have one to show you, but it should be cut away. There should be a U-shaped channel in the compensator, the big chunky bit hanging off the front of the gun, so that the barrel, which has to recoil to operate the gun, isn't impeded, and also it doesn't affect the accuracy by contacting the barrel of the pistol. So it sits around the barrel like this. It's open on the top. It's not on this version, probably because they only had side profile images to work from. The Half-Life shotgun, simultaneously one of the most satisfying shotguns in a video game, and one of the more irritating for gun nerds, because, as I'm sure some of you know, it's pretty much a SPAS 12, very, very closely based, for the graphics of the time anyway, on that gun. And inexplicably, it fires its alternate fire double barrel shot out of the magazine tube. This is a closed off tube. It houses your shotgun cartridges. It's how they go backwards into the action, forwards into the chamber, and get fired. Standard tube fed shotgun arrangement for a very non-standard convertible from pump to semi-automatic exotic shotgun. It's conventional in the sense of the magazine tube. Developers either didn't know or didn't care how shotguns worked, and so they went, oh, 2 tubes. May as well give it 2 shots. But when you're actually playing the game, it's pretty damn satisfying to loose off the double barrel. So they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. As far as the actual model goes, it's not as close to the SPAS 12 as I remember. I mean, it has the double tube. It has the pretty close shape of the fore end. The rest of it is a little bit far removed, actually. They've kind of foreshortened the whole gun so that the bolts and ejection port area on the
I've always thought the SPAS 12 in Half-Life 1 feels stubby. It's like shorter than in other games.
Receiver is shunted forward into the heat shield area, and basically this whole bit is missing. This bit's shunted forward. The whole design is changed up. Interesting. I've not seen the gun fired from a third person side on like that. And when the double barrels are fired,
I don't know what that is.
Markedly more recoil animated into the gun. You have the doubled up sound effect, sounds very impressive, devastating effect on the target, and the gun rising up to imply power. So I've not played Black Mesa, and I've not seen their take on the shotgun. It's substantially closer to the SPAS 12. Proportions are more correct. Shape of the
end of the barrels is
it's got the
short.
Release catch on this side modeled in as well. I think what they've done is model a SPAS 12, but to make it fit the aesthetic of Half-Life, where it's not quite the same gun,
the tip.
They've added in attachment to the upper receiver.
Or is that what they've done?
Which is also giving it a rail on the top. We've still got the same double shot for alt fire. And if they've tried to model the magazine tube with an open muzzle, as though it is a second barrel, they obviously didn't want to change the gameplay too much. So maybe
they've done both.
Nice touch in the recoil is that not only are we seeing more recoil, it's actually coming out of the support hand, which really emphasizes that you're firing an awful lot of lead down range.
This one I wouldn't expect.
This was an incredibly cool weapon in 1998.
Fit into any particular
it's a pretty massive prod
design.
Arms on the bow. They look pretty substantial, and the effect on the enemies implies something relatively powerful. Any crossbow you can cock by just pulling back on the string isn't going to be hugely powerful. You can ramp up the power with cams, which aren't on this. Strips of what look to be steel and then some sort of composite. You'd have a job to do that. Traditional crossbows, one in particular, the Chinese repeating crossbow. So in that case, you could cock it by hand without using a windlass or a Kranikin, and it has a magazine of quarrels, just like this does, only it feeds using gravity from the top. For this to work the way this does, it would need to replicate what a firearm does with a spring. Not impossible, but the Chinese did it with gravity feed, which makes a lot of sense considering it just needs to drop onto the groove. Forgive me, I'm not a curator of archery. The scope, I guess, gave this a bit more of a...
In my mind, like the crossbow is a slightly more like fantastical weapon in the world of Half-Life, you know, like it's an unusual weapon to get in a lab full of military equipment and like advanced science. You get a tranquilizer crossbow. It's a little bit more obscure, you know, like all the test weapons and stuff. So I wouldn't expect the crossbow to necessarily line up with anything in reality like other guns.
Sort of modern tactical feel, and obviously affects the gameplay directly as well.
This guy has so many guns that concerns you. He doesn't own them, but he's around them.
Quite a
Oh,
straightforward upgrade for Black Mesa.
Black
They
Mesa
have put
shows
those
the-
cams in on the prod there to, I guess, modernize it a bit. But otherwise, the design is pretty close to the original.
Yeah, it has.
Bolts
You can see the
look,
mag
funnily enough,
though.
more like they might be explodey, but they're not. They're just
Full of
the
liquid.
physics of the game. I guess different engine have them knock the target back with a hell of a lot of force. Far too much force, it has to be said.
Yeah.
Although a crossbow bolt or quarrel or an arrow is quite a massive object compared to most bullets, it still doesn't have enough mass to physically knock you down and
And
certainly knock you head over heels.
And the crossbow's not really supposed to. It's not. It's implied that it's not supposed to kill them. At least it's not as far as I'm aware. It was supposed to knock them out. It's a tranquilizer crossbow.
Like that. And
Watch
it's
out, he has a
traveling way
gun.
slower than the bullet as well.
like there was like 100 guns. Yeah, this is a
Okay, this
fucking.
rendition, this is Half-Life 2. Crossbow
this is
is
death.
looking, well, very different design-wise. It looks to be entirely homemade. It has
Yeah.
the scope of the original, but we've lost the magazine. We're now single loading. Some sort of metal rod that is being superheated by, I guess, a battery or capacitor or something that's on the weapon. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know why you're superheating a projectile. Heating up a projectile
So
doesn't really
unnecessary.
achieve very much, but
No.
it certainly looks cool.
All it does really is cauterize the wound that you're inflicting in them. You're piercing them with something, but then you're immediately cauterizing the wound, which, while painful, would actually be not beneficial to what you want to do to them. You're trying to kill them, not wanting to seal the wound you're making.
Sounds cool, and the ability to pin the enemies to the background.
It's just cool as well.
Looks like a lot of fun. I have to say, it really
Yeah.
looks very, very powerful, very effective.
It's just
limited by the
Yeah, well, the bolts are just pieces of what the hell's that called? It's what the hell is that stuff called? Metal support rods. What the hell are they they got a name, I can't remember. Rebar? Is that it? That sounds right. Yeah, it's pieces of rebar sliced into segments, then just placed on on the crossbow, superheated,
the
and then
reduced
fired.
capacity over the original.
Yeah. What the weapon in Half-Life 3 would be like? Yeah, in Alex they only put there's the pistol, shotgun, but the shotgun's like a short mod version, and then the mini AR2. I don't know, I forget what they call it. The pistol variant of the AR2. And that's it. Is that it? I think that's it. I don't remember if there's another one.
Right, so although I'm
Was
MP5
there a
obsessed,
machine gun?
as some of you know, probably
No, I
my
don't think
favourite
so.
gun in the original Half-Life game was the Magnum. This is the Python.
Right, yes. I love
I mean, I'm
them
not sure the
too.
graphics are quite good enough to be able to say for sure which precise model it is, but for me it was a Python. Don't think I was aware of the Colt Anaconda at the time. This should be about the right barrel length. Obviously 6-shot, double action, really punchy sound effects, high damage. It's not been sort of fudged in the design, so it has the Colt classic pullback and the shape of the cylinder latch, the shape of the trigger guard, the barrel shroud, it's all very Colt, and it functions, pretty much like it ought to do. Just a great video game gun. There's not much I can say about it. I have no real criticisms. Certainly not for the time. Okay, here's one. The way the rear sight's depicted as being part of the frame and very open at the back is not right. Revolver sights for these guns, the notch is quite wide because the front sight is proportionately wide. But if there's a compromise made, it's probably with that. Now, with a graphical overhaul, we get a closer rendition. Although the top strap, if this is still a Python, the top strap is not the right shape. But this, the rear sight being an insert that's, the real gun is adjustable. Obviously not on the virtual one. But the configuration is closer to reality. We do have what looks like an axis pin for the hammer that doesn't exist. It's not visible on the left side of the real gun. It is on the right side. In fact, looking at that, we have two pins that have been, I guess, probably mirrored on both sides of the frame, and then the latch has just been put on one side. So a slight compromise. It does have the night sight, or the high vis, I should say, plastic insert on the front sight blade, and it has glowing, presumably tritium dots on the rear sight, which you could replicate on this by changing out the rear sight. This has the standard U-shaped white notch. We have an aiming with sights option, which is very nice. Couldn't do that with the original game.
No.
And I see now that in fact both sides of the gun are mirrored. So there's a cylinder latch and these pins that only appear on one only appears on the left side, the other only appears on the right side on both sides. A common labor and time saving device to just mirror both sides of the gun, because who's gonna care? Really nice animation of flicking out the cylinder, which I won't do on this because I don't want to damage the gun in any way. That's cool. All the animation, the reload animation is way superior, of course. However, it does not show operating the cylinder latch in order to open the cylinder. It's just flick it out, put it back in. Minor realism issue there. Getting very, very nerdy here, but for the most part, Colt revolvers rotate their cylinder clockwise, as from the point of view of the user. See that happening there.
Oh yeah.
And Smith & Wesson rotate counterclockwise. And although this is supposed to be a Colt, it's rotating the Smith & Wesson way around. And I think that might be the nerdiest gun comment I've made. I'm sure I've made nerdier.
Yeah, this guy is cool. I like this guy.
Okay, so I think I'm getting my chronology slightly mixed up in that Black Mesa comes after Half-Life 2 as a remake of Half-Life 1. So the revolver
same.
Black
I'd like to
Mesa
visit
is
this
based
museum.
on the one in Half-Life 2 that I'm now looking at. What we have got in Half-Life 2 that we didn't in Black Mesa is a nod toward the cylinder latch. However, they're pushing it like with the Smith & Wesson rather than pulling it as in the Colt system.
Yeah, this is the one that I was curious.
Right, this is a quirky bit of video game gun history in that when I first played Half-Life, the iconic MP5 with underbarrel grenade launcher was perhaps the most memorable weapon in the game. Now, the elephant in the room is always an underbarrel grenade launcher on a submachine gun. That's absurd. The MP5 made lots of sense. The grenade launcher made almost no sense until I came to the Royal Armouries and met this. Saw it on the wall and just almost literally boggled that somebody had made a launcher for an MP5. I think I then tried to rationalise it. It must be a flare launcher. Nope, this is...
I mean, it's going to be quite the trick for me no matter what.
It may not just been for lethal purpose, but primarily It's a 40mm grenade launcher for an MP5, almost identical to the Half-Life gun. So this is incredibly cool. This was made by a UK company called Istech and was sort of shopped around along with a version for full-length rifles. And long story short, or not very long story shorter, still wasn't successful. Wasn't sold as far as I know. There's no firing mechanism modeled on the gun, if I remember rightly. But on the real thing, you have to reach under here. And it is a double action trigger, which is pretty common for UGLs. So there we are. The Half-Life MP5 kind of exists. If you'd like to find out more about this, we will have Royal Armoury's What Is This Weapon video up by now, where you can get a little bit more information on this.
I know they wouldn't do it for a video like this, but I kind of want to see it firing. I want to see the real SMG firing. Firstly, it's regular fire, but then the grenade launcher. I want to see it fire. But the problem is, I don't think they usually do explosives. They don't deal with explosives in a firing range. You probably could in America. But I want that gun specifically. And see, so I want to see how it firing a grenade. I don't need to fire it myself. I just want to see it happen in real life.
So having had, I think it was Blue Shift, retcon the MP5 into a different gun, we have, in this remake, gone back to the MP5. Great, love the MP5. We've got Picatinny rail forend that's also adapted to take what must be a truncated version of the M203. We've got a full set of reload animations that were missing.
Like, you'd go out to, like, somewhere in the backs of Texas. Or New Mexico. Oh, someone messaged me.
From the original game, we've got not the HK slap. We have the flick it out of the notch with your thumb approach, which is okay. And we see Gordon reach into the trigger guard of the grenade launcher to actually fire it. Something I've just seen there that I think was also true of the original game is that the grenades come flying out of the barrel, tumbling. In reality, this, the M203 and this are both rifled. If you can see the rifling in the bore there, and it flies. It's a giant, essentially, the 40 by 46 grenade round is a giant cartridge. So it should fly straight and true because it's spinning
like that
way. It's not tumbling through the air. If that's happening, something's gone horribly wrong with your launcher and you're not going to have the accuracy you need to try to place the round.
Yeah. It's probably quite important that it be rifled and lands properly, because you're gonna want the, like, detonator, the explosive. I'm assuming it has a kind of detonator in the front that needs to hit something to detonate, unless it's timed. But in the games, it's implied that it detonates on contact. So the fact he's played the games makes it so much better. It does. It does. If he had never played the game, this would probably be pretty cringe. Yeah, this would be like any other expert explains or expert reacts to this. But the fact that he played Half-Life 1 as a kid, he seems to have played Half-Life 2. He said he hasn't played Black Mesa, but that's understandable. Yeah. This is really I'm loving this. This is really cool.
All right, this is wacky as heck for someone like me who hasn't played Half-Life 2.
Oh, he hasn't played Half-Life 2.
I have two confused observations. Firstly, and most confusingly, how the hell is this launching a grenade? At least the MP5 had a launcher modelled onto it in Half-Life 1. There's nowhere for a grenade to come out of, so I've no idea. I must be missing something, I think. I'll try and keep an eye out. And the other thing is the shape of the thing. The pistol grip is too far back. And that's what we have here. It's pretty close to an MP7, but the whole pistol grip with the magazine is all the way back here, which means there's no room for the bolt to actually reciprocate and feed rounds. It could not work, which is weird because there's a lot of detail from the MP7 on this model. So they've modeled this from life, as it were. In fact, you can see when it's shut, the arms of the stock are modeled alongside the gun. There is this hint of a second barrel under the main barrel, but it's nowhere near big enough for a grenade round. Really quite a curious gun.
This is gonna be.
Now, this brings back a lot of memories. The original Half-Life rocket launcher, extremely cool in just about every way, including the quite faithful representation of a recoilless weapon with a rocket-assisted projectile, where so you have that launch from expelling charge and then the rocket motor firing off.
It's
Obviously,
fascinating to
somewhat
see
cartoony by real-life standards, but kind of how they actually work.
Yeah,
I didn't automatically know this, but someone else quite rightly has identified, well, I think rightly, has identified this, the Armbrust launcher, which is a recoilless weapon. Looks a heck of a lot like the Half-Life launcher, mainly in this front end, but also in a few other design cues. I think it's safe to say that somebody spotted this in, I don't know, a copy of Jane's Infantry Weapons or something, and based the launcher on this, because it's not particularly well known.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you've ever seen like someone firing a missile launcher, if you've ever seen like I think the one that I saw was a javelin, I think, but I'm not 100%. The way that they fire is fascinating because, as you said, like they exit the tube without the rocket aspect active. So they get sort of like hucked out of the tube, and then upon like reaching the air, basically, then the jet at the back of the rocket triggers, and then so like you get this weird like in the game you get this weird like sort of jagged motion where the thing goes like hunk, and then whoosh, where it almost starts to fall, and then it goes it fires off. Anyway. Fascinating. This is actually much less accurate in that sense.
The Black Mesa remake is pretty much fitting the theme of all the others. It's the same basic weapon enhanced. There's a little display screen. I didn't see that doing anything. Just more detail overall, really. No change to functionality. They haven't tried to make it more like an Armbrust. I think it might lose a little bit of punch in the way they've sort of moderated the delay. It's not quite as satisfying.
Yeah.
I'm doing impressions of weapons on camera now.
Yeah, that song's got the classic.
Half-Life 2's rocket launcher, we've got some changes here.
Yeah,
It's
it's
more
different.
like an 84. Equipment hanging underneath is to do with the laser guidance. I'm not sure still not sure what the big green cylinder is there for. But the main thing up front there is your grip stock. It's not a million miles away from this setup on the inspiration for the original Half-Life weapon. But they've done, I guess, a better job of showing you where your laser guidance system is.
I was gonna say, it almost has text there. You can almost read.
Although the main cleverness there would have to be built into the warhead to be able to communicate with the weapon and steer onto target, which is, in broad terms, a real functionality that exists for anti-tank weapons.
What is he gonna say about this? Yeah, why does he have an RPG? That's so good.
Well, there isn't much expertise I can bring to bear on
to the
the
stream.
Angry Alien B gun, which I remember.
My morning's okay. I've had a bit of a cough, though. So if I do cough, I apologize. Yeah, I thought the same thing, Rocky, is like, when they started talking about the RPG, I was like, is he gonna freaking pull out an RPG? He has rocket launchers behind him. Yeah.
Pretty clearly from the original game. Either I don't remember, or possibly never even realised that this was actually, well, it's obviously the arm of an alien, basically, but I hadn't realised that you were shoving your own hand up the arm.
Oh, of course.
It's a little bit
How else do
David
you use it?
Cronenberg, seen in profile, attached to your arm like that.
Well, he didn't have a hive hand to pull out to show off.
This is a really weird one. I'd heard of the Combine Assault Rifle, never actually seen it in use. So this is a first. It's really strange. So it's feeding. It's got a sort of motorized, like a tank autoloader system to get around, more of a magazine really, into the chamber or straight into the barrel. I don't know. And then it's hugely bulky at the back, and yet
It's like
all
an
the
energy
action's happening
cell.
up front. It's like the mullet of
Yeah,
video game gun.
he's so right.
And then there's some sort of massive massive firing pin is just slapping the back of the magazine thing, and it then sounds like and works basically like a normal rifle. Kind of exciting and disappointing all at the same time. But
So
the
true.
disappointment is obliterated when the alt fire is used, although it's not clear to me where that's coming from. It's a separate ammunition pool, which then bounces around the room and vaporizes stuff, which and you kind of go, ah, there's the Half-Life. All right, we are back to a game that I have played, albeit only about a third of. I was quite
neat.
surprised that the gun was really old school in terms of being a 1911 pattern handgun with some weird future changes. I think something I did appreciate about the route this game took with the handgun is that you're almost replicating the experience of a movie armorer, certainly one from the 80s, 90s, where they're taking a base gun, in this case a 1911, and then they're disguising it with sci-fi stuff. Where in this game you start with pretty much a 1911 with a couple of bells and whistles, and then you are making those changes to make it more sci-fi. So I don't think that's what they were trying to go for, but it's a frame of reference that I bring to the table, and I thought it was quite a cool aspect.
Yeah, this is a very strange shotgun.
The shotgun or shot pistol is really odd in this game. A lot of thought's gone into the look of it. It's quite industrial, but sci-fi at the same time sort of look. The mechanism for breaking it open. It's kind of weird that a shotgun like this would break open. I don't think there's any reasonable way in which this could feed and work. We've got a slightly weird double load. I'm sure you've seen, certainly in John Wick, multiple rounds being loaded in one go. So you hold 2 or even 4 in your hand and shove them all into the tube. And here we've got Alex holding 2 like a syringe and shoving them into the magazine that way. I think I understand the in-game justification for having this be such a short, weird shotgun with such a weird mechanism, and that is that they've made the decision to make all the weapons one-handed. So you've always got a free hand to interact with other stuff in VR, and you're not constrained by having to sort of lock your hands together to aim.
That's 100% why it is the way it is.
As an enthusiast of these things, I would prefer to be able to have the two-handed aiming experience. Right, those were the guns of the Half-Life series.
Yeah, I expected them not to touch the weirder guns, but like that gun was an interesting gun, because when I saw it, I was like, this is a strange kind of gun. Cool, but strange. But I had heard somewhere, or I read somewhere, that the whole reason for all the guns being the way they are in Alex is because they really wanted all the guns to be one-handed. You need to be able to use the gun with one hand, and then theoretically reload with the other. And I think they talked about in somewhere, like maybe the final hours of Half-Life Alex, they talked about they had originally tried some two-hand models, but they just didn't like how they worked, and there were plenty of scenarios where they just needed you to have a free hand basically at all times. It was best if you had a free hand at all times, so they scrapped the idea of having any two-handed weapons. Well, everything had to be a one-hand weapon. Yeah. But I still haven't gone around to playing things like Boneworks. I haven't tried any of the games like that have two-handed weapons, because I would be curious to see how it feels to have like a two-handed weapon.
Hope you enjoyed those. I know I did. As always, there are ways that you can support the work that we do here at the Royal Armouries Museum. We have our various social media outlets and our own YouTube channel, which includes a fair bit of yours truly, as does an event coming up on the 11th of March, where you can actually, depending on which ticket you purchase, see our website or social media for details. You can actually come and say hello to me. Whatever you do, join us again next time for another one of these.
So yeah, it was Jonathan Ferguson. Very cool. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Moving on from guns and Half-Life, we have Pussy Slaps. Wait. Does this have sound? It has music that I probably cannot include. No. Oof. No. Aw. Hmm. Sorry, I'm just like reacting to cat video. So he misses the first swing and hits the cat, so the cat's like, fuck you. The way his eyes close. His or her. Anyway, moving on. I get you, Gordon, for pulling Thomas behind the express. Wait. That's what I think is happening. The fat face. Alright. You may be familiar with this if you have used a Mac before. I have used a Mac before, but not much.
If you've ever been using your Mac and noticed its cursor suddenly blow up in size, you've actually discovered a feature, not a bug. It was introduced to Mac OS El Capitan back in 2015 and aimed to solve the problem of lost cursor.
I haven't used, I was going to say, I don't remember this, but I haven't used a Mac since... I haven't, like, properly used a Mac since, like, 20... No, it's gotta be 2009. This is the last time I used a Mac computer.
You see, back in the older days of Mac, users only had one display that maxed out around 17 to 20 inches, and notebooks were even smaller, so losing track of your cursor was rarely an issue. But as years passed, technology advanced, and the Mac began to feature larger, more pixel-dense displays. In 2004, Apple had released their largest yet, the 30-inch Cinema display, which had over 4 million pixels. And considering the Mac Pro could drive 2 of these at the same time, that meant users could be staring at 8 million pixels, and this is where things got a little complicated. Considering the Mac's cursor was made up of about 1,000 pixels, losing track of it among the other 8 million was fairly common. And subsequent products only made matters worse. The Retina iMac released in 2014 had almost 15
I used one like
pixels
that.
Packed in.
I used one similar to one like this, I think. Yeah. When did he say it was released?
The Retina iMac released in 2014 had
2014. We had a Mac that looked like this back in 2009 at my school that we used for the music and media departments.
Had almost 15 million pixels.
I was in
packed
music
into a
class
27-inch
and I used it for
display,
music.
with support for an additional external 4K monitor, which would put the total pixel count at 23 million. So you could see how a tiny cursor could be harder to locate. Apple knew the problem would only grow, as many Macs today support 2 external monitors, so in 2015 they added a new feature to macOS to remedy the issue, where users could simply shake their mouse to enlarge the cursor, making it easier to find. Now, if you wish it was always this size, you can keep the cursor enlarged permanently in the accessibility display settings by adjusting this slider. But many users, especially on MacBooks, would like to prevent the cursor from ever getting large, especially if they play games that require quick cursor movement. Apple lets you disable it by flipping this switch in the same accessibility display settings window from before. This is Greg with Apple Explained. Thanks for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next video.
No, I was not aware of that. But again, I swear, Mac 2009. Mac PC. Well, yeah, it was like, I'm pretty sure the ones we had at school were like this. 24-inch, early 2009, yeah. Yeah, it was like this. Those are the ones we had at school. Anyway, Twisted Metal Black sequel. Ooh, a fellow Twisted Metal Black fan? Zach, you like Twisted Metal Black? I love Twisted Metal Black. Oh, this is the cancelled sequel. Yes, Harbor City Beta. Yeah, I remember hearing about this. I haven't seen this though. I freaking love Twisted Metal Black. I played a bit of it in my spare time not too long ago. Because I just didn't think anyone would be interested in seeing it on the channel. I sometimes do that, and then sometimes I regret doing it because I find out that there are some fans of those games that I'm like, welcome to the ghetto. Trying to get over the lip. So they had all the weapons of the... They had all the classic weapons. Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, it's all like temporary assets. This map actually looks a lot like a map they ended up having in Twisted Metal Head On. I wonder if they reused it for that. I'm suddenly recognizing elements of this. I don't think it's exactly the same, like this back area looks different to me. But, oh god, this is 27 minutes, we can't watch the whole thing, but this map looks so familiar to one that's in Twisted Metal Head On, which was a PSP version. It was essentially Twisted Metal Black for PSP. They did end up re-releasing it for PS2, but I never owned it. Well, actually, did I? I might have owned the PSP version. I don't remember now. Do they have any other stages? Oh, no, it says Harbor City, so probably not. Any other vehicles? Oh, wait. This is a different level. Wait. Does it show it on the GUI? Or on the UI? No, they just sit there for a bit and suddenly it's the next map. Yeah, they're playing the character Roadkill. I was hoping that they might play some other characters. Maybe some other characters was set up for it. This is actually really cool, like a mall level. But like a massive, like ridiculously massive mall. Once again, I played the Twisted Metal PS3 game. I wouldn't have been surprised if there was a level like this in that. But I didn't play it enough to know. I for some reason never played the story mode of Twisted Metal, the PS3 one. I only ever played the online multiplayer mode. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just skip through a few areas to see if there's any other interesting things to look at. Yeah, another map. Another largely outdoor map. A bunch of this might have been reused for the PS3 Twisted Metal. Oh, hey Tiana. Yeah. Just checking out some beta footage of a game that never came and never was. Yeah, some of these environments just remind me of areas of Twisted Metal, the reboot. It's annoying because the PS3 Twisted Metal is just called Twisted Metal, so it's hard to refer to it. Annoying to refer to it. I hate that trend of naming. Oh, they do have other vehicles. Or did they show one? Yeah, they showed off. What the hell is this? Outlaw. This is Outlaw. Yeah. The cop at the special attack of this one is the cop at the top, firing like the minigun at enemies automatically, like aiming at them. Oh, that's why the head's so high up. They have the. This is the default. So they've used the same special for the Sweet Tooth. Oh no, it's different. So in Twisted Metal Black, the special attack of Sweet Tooth is that he morphs into a giant clown with missile pods on its side. But they haven't got the animation working, so his head like zooms up like this, but he's just floating. But it would seem that they also changed the special to being just a single fire missile of some sort. But there's no graphics for it other than the lighting effect. Yeah, it's just like a single rocket. Anyway, let's move on. Very cool. I love seeing stuff like that. And I love my Twisted Metal of old. Someone tell me what this is. I've never expected something like this before. BitLocker Recovery. Don't talk about outrageous outlines like that. What? If that cop is just shooting nothing for no reason. Well, he was in that video, to be fair. Your hair is nice and straight today. What's your secret? Is it? It's grease. It's not doing anything to it and letting it just be gross. Nah, I use a mousse. I use a hair special kind of mousse from the brand Grease. Yep, the country. I use a hair mousse that's by the brand Schwarzkopf. Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. And it does tend to make my hair look a little greasier than some other options, but it smells really nice, and it sort of generally helps hold my hair in a position. Although I didn't put any in this morning, I did put some in yesterday. So yeah. Use bold spray to be nice. Would you eat it? While it is referred to as mousse, I would not eat it. It smells nice, but again, not an edible smell. But yeah, what the heck is this? Oh, that's the that V is on his laptop. I don't know what this is. Am I losing my hair yet? Not that I know of. But then again, I have my hairline goes up. If you see my hair not down, it goes up to like here. My hairline goes like up to there and across. Looks like Nathan's at school. He might be. Why California's musical road sounds terrible. They built it wrong twice. Oh no. Actually, I think I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this video before. I was afraid of that. Yeah, this is a copyrighted piece of media. So I need to move on. But yeah, it's yeah. Interesting. Interesting that they can be so wrong. Very smart people, clearly, yeah. Anyway, okay. You died. The Shrimp King has been angered. Ooh. This is the Shrimp King. I'm gonna watch it back in the playback. You got in the way of the Shrimp King. Nearly finished those designs. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, for live reaction, I suppose. Yeah, I guess you could. I thought you said you're nearly finished. Do you think you can finish them before the end of the stream? This creator is amazing. Okay. Animating legs.
Legs. We use them every day, and walking is probably one of the most common things animators animate. But what exactly goes into animating them? If you're not an animator, it can seem as simple as putting one foot in front of the other, but it all goes a lot deeper than that. Hip sways, foot rolling, leg extensions. There's all sorts of things to keep track of as an animator. And all of it goes well beyond just animating walk cycles. So first we need to understand what goes into animating legs themselves, starting with animating weight. Keeping your feet on the ground is one of the most important concepts to understand in animation, and it's probably the first thing you learn before anything else. If your animation doesn't keep the feet locked down, suddenly everything loses its weight. Nothing feels quite right. If a character needs to jump, but their feet move out of place while jumping, the movement quickly loses all of its impact and weight. But if you make sure the feet stay locked in place right up until they jump in the air, then everything feels much better. In 2D animation, you can call this registering the feet because you're making sure the feet stay where they are every frame.
Right.
And in 3D animation, you can set the feet to IK so they stick in place. And then, when a character does jump, you want to make sure there's a good amount of leg extension before the feet come off the ground. You can push this a lot farther than you'd think for really meaty, cartoony jumps by having your character's feet stick pretty far onto the ground while their body and legs stretch upwards. In some video games, they'll even do this as the feet come back to the ground to make everything feel really meaty and impactful. Finally, if your character is large or weighs more, they'll have a much bigger windup before they jump. The larger a character is, the slower their movement is going to be in general. All of this communicates weight. By keeping the feet locked to the ground, you're grounding the character in such a way that communicates the weight.
Or you can have a huge thing move very quickly for an incredibly unsettling feeling. That's what like freaking Elden Ring, Dark Souls games do, is they have massive characters move very quickly. Like unnaturally quickly, such that it feels like they're defying some kind of rule of physics.
Without it, there's no communication. How heavy is this bowling ball if my legs are floating around? Once my feet are locked in place, you suddenly get a sense of how heavy it is. Sometimes you'll see animators cheat the legs by not showing the feet. This is because your brain can fill in the gaps off screen. You sort of naturally imagine the feet staying in place off screen, even though that might not be the case. It's a pretty good way to save time by not animating what's not going to be shown, only suggesting it. Plus it frees up the animator to position the character where they need them best, like Woody here, who's able to tower over Buzz since his feet are off screen. So now that you understand weight, we can start to understand walks. These are sort of the bread and butter of animation, and it's one of my favorite things to animate just because of how much of the character's personality you can pack into a short amount of time. A walk can be boiled down to just a handful of key poses. Contact, down, pass, up, contact. You can get more specific than that, but I think those are the most important poses to understand.
This character is an interesting character. It's like the Wii Sports model woman, but she's specifically designed for 3D animation. In animation, like she's got the like arrows from like your 3D modeling software in her hair tie, but also having one red leg, one blue leg, so you can tell which is the foreground, which is the background leg, or which is left and which is right. I don't think so, Fireboy. I don't think so, but you'll see your chats up here if they're coming through properly. Yeah.
Contact is when the foot first meets the ground, specifically at the back of the heel. Usually the front-facing foot is fully extended while the back leg is bent. Down is sort of the recoil after the foot makes contact.
There is some stuff to do with how frequently you comment can affect whether comments come through. If you make a lot of posts very quickly, YouTube sometimes will filter you out. But also depends on what you say. Depends on what words you're using.
The front foot is now totally flat on the ground, while the back foot is just
Certain
barely lifted.
words will
Pass
trigger
is
it.
probably the most awkward looking in a still image because it's mid-walk. The front foot is passing backwards, while the back foot is starting to pass forwards. Up is the highest point in the cycle before it repeats. In order to communicate the weight that I was talking about earlier, you really want the body to reach the highest point in the cycle here. Then the body will drop down right when it starts to make contact. Walking is effectively falling forward, but your feet catch yourself each time, and that drop is the fall forward. Finally, we make the next contact. Now the steps repeat for the other leg. Separating walk cycles out into these individual poses makes walks a lot more approachable and easy to understand. Once you start here,
Let's move on from here, but yeah, this is fascinating. If you want to see more, I highly recommend checking it out, especially if you're doing animation. But yeah, very, very cool. Anyway, all right. Dr. Breen's apology to humanity. I saw this in my feed. I saw this in the feed here and was like, whoa, this is interesting. What is this?
Ladies and gentlemen of humanity, it is with a heavy heart that I stand before you today to offer a sincere and heartfelt apology for my actions. I must admit that my collaboration with the Combine was not a decision I made lightly. At the time, I believed it to be the only hope for our survival. The events of the Black Mesa incident had left the world in a state of chaos, and I feared for the future of humanity. I saw firsthand the horrors that the Combine brought with them, and I was sickened by what I saw. The creation of the Stalkers was a traumatic experience that will haunt me for the rest of my life. I will never forget the terror I felt as I watched these creatures being brought to life, their bodies twisted and distorted beyond recognition. I understand now that my actions only perpetuated the suffering of the human race. I did not see the true cost of my collaboration until it was too late. For this, I am truly sorry. I hope that my apology can be a step towards a brighter future, one where the mistakes of the past are not repeated. I am dedicated to making amends for my actions and working towards a better world for all of us. I understand that my words may not heal the wounds that I have caused, but I hope that they will help to bring some solace and understanding.
Try going back to your regular account and
actions
just chat something
any
very
harm that I have
innocuous.
caused.
Just like,
Thank you.
hello, Rory. Hello, Banana Rorius or something. That is really cool. That AI-generated version of Breen. It sounds a little insincere when because of the tone of his voice, because it's basing it off of speech that already existed. But fascinating. Maybe that also might cause problems. I'll just quickly set it to live. It's not even coming through live chat, by the looks of it. But type something that you would like. It would be like a normal thing to type, rather than something random, like testing. Type hello Banana Rorius or hello Rorius. I think I've seen this. I saw bits of this. I didn't see the whole thing. Saw bits of this somewhere else. This is so dumb.
All right, everyone, it's party time. Get your game face on. I've never played this before. I thought Mario was a movie, not a game.
You're telling me you've never played Mario Party before, Joe? Has anyone here played a Mario Party?
I've played Monopoly. Does that count?
All right, well, first we got to roll to see the order. I got a 9. Very impressive if I do say so myself.
I got a 1. I'm not enjoying this game so far. I say we go back to Overwatch.
Here we go. A 7. You know what they say. 7 is the luckiest number.
What do the different colored spaces mean? I don't get it.
Joe, I'm not going to explain every little detail about this game. You'll figure it out as we go.
Oh, well, hey, I also got a 7. Is that good?
Of course you'd copy my role, Sleepy Joe. First you steal my place as president, and now this.
Wow.
The dice rolls are random, you fucking moron. I didn't copy anything.
This baseball game is quite challenging.
What's going on? I thought we were playing Monopoly. Why are we playing baseball now?
Try to keep up, Joe. It's a mini game. Just shut up and hit the balls.
I can't. They're going too fast.
Oh, what the fuck? How did we all lose to Chris?
It's been a lifelong dream of mine to become Mario.
It looks like I'll have to get past this
What? The fact that Chris Pratt is Mario
ogre to get to the star.
it caught me off guard.
Oh, it appears I found a
Are
secret.
you fucking kidding me?
What? What's that?
Okay, never mind. It's just some
Stimulus.
coins.
Stimulus.
Don't worry about it, Joe. It's not important. This guy wants me to pay 2 coins to pass? I don't think so, buddy.
Of course you cheap out on 2 coins.
I don't want to hear it, Joe. You wouldn't even shout me a McRib last time we were at McDonald's. Anyway, I'm going to buy this double dice, because you know what they say. In this game, dice make the world go round.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that.
Hello, banana roast didn't work. Okay, I don't know what's going on then.
Mario's switching the star to my island. Looks like I made the right choice.
Yo,
staying
what
here.
the fuck? That mushroom girl got bored harder than Pinocchio when he was eaten by a whale. Please say something.
Everyone
Please
shut
say
up. I'm
something.
about to grab the first star of the game. Wow, incredible. I really am the greatest at Mario Party.
Look at this guy sucking his own dick. You're the only one who's played this game, dipshit.
That's true, Donald. I've never even seen this red mustachioed man in my life.
Cope harder, guys. You're both just mad that I got to diamond rank in Overwatch in less than a week.
I think you need to go outside, bro. I don't think anyone's even seen you since you lost your presidency to me. Better watch out, Orange Man. I'm only 7 spaces away from getting a star of my own. Oh, what the hell?
Haha, get fucked, loser.
That's a load of horse crap.
That's a skill issue is what it is.
Nothing personal, Biden. You've got to do what you got to do.
Are you kidding me with this shit? I'm never getting this fucking star.
Cry more, Sleepy Joe.
And now you're stealing from me. What the fuck, Obama?
Sorry, Joe. Like I said, it's nothing personal.
Get this goofy flying cumball away from my guy.
I gotta say, Joe, your mashing skills are perhaps the worst I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of mashing.
Well, when you get to my age, it gets hard to move your fingers that fast.
Yeah, well, I'm sure your wife can attest to that. All right, everyone, it's us versus Chris. We gotta make sure to look in a different
Brutal.
direction than him.
What the hell does that even mean? You didn't give me enough time to practice this mini game.
You let down the team, Sleepy Joe. Looks like it's up to us now, Obama.
I got this. I'll try to juke him at the last second. Well, shit.
What the fuck? My finger slipped. How the hell do we keep letting Chris win these mini games?
It's a me, a Mario.
Finally, the star is back on my island. It's the perfect chance for me to use
Doesn't
my
make the
double
AI
dice.
president
Are
sound
you
like it's
fucking
supposed
stupid?
to.
You don't have enough coins to buy the star.
Don't need it. I'll just buy it on the way around.
Well, it's
See? Now I
they
have
just
enough
used a
coins to
ton
buy.
of like presidents talk a lot, so you know they have a lot of material to work with, so they can basically make them say anything. Even have fucking Joe Biden saying, "Oh fuck you." Did he say "fuck you, Obama" for stealing his coins? Anyway, how bad could it? Oh, I see. This is the worst 3D model
Hey
I've ever
guys,
seen.
I don't usually make videos like this for Twitter, or any videos of this type. But I really wanted to do this because I'm kind of fucking tired
This looks
of these
awful.
shitty ass fucking modelers that people find on like who knows where. They don't know that don't know what the fuck they're doing and charging people quite a bit of money. So let me start with this. First of all, this model was, you'd say, oh, what a nice model, right? It was not made by me or done by me. It's a basic head. So it doesn't matter what the fuck is done with this. But a guy paid $75 for this. Now, this model is supposed to be full body. And the guy gave me this model to fix it because he said this model has pretty bad bends. It bends pretty weirdly. So he wanted me to fix weight paint. Now I'm gonna show you what the problem is with the weight paints here, or the bends in general. So when I try to bend this leg here, yeah, that happens. So, yeah, where are the bends, you will say? Well, you see this, right? Well, the problem is that this avatar can't really have bends because there's nothing to bend here. There's literally a single line in the middle right here for it to bend. I don't know how or what the fuck was Guy thinking about when he was making this model, but this is not even it. This is not even it. Let me show you some other parts on this model.
The bones in the
spine.
center is super weird.
So this is how spine bends. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I mean, again, no like, I don't know what he did with this model, but it's actually fucking garbage. Let me show you other stuff, like hands. I mean, more or less, but yeah, it looks fucking shit.
That one doesn't look too bad.
Again, low vertices. Maybe fingers are good. Let me see some fingers here. Nope.
No.
Same shit, honestly. Yep.
Oh
boy.
dear.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, oof. Yeah. Can you imagine just like looking at your chat with his wrist? Yeah. You might as well just don't fucking look at your chat at all. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Maybe shoulders? I don't even know what the fuck is going on there, dude. All right. I mean, there's nothing else to show at this point. What is this bone? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing, is that there's like the spinal bones go like, there's like 2 layers. It's almost like a joint that goes like down a bit. And there's, oh, it's so bad. Is she doing the hype dance?
Again,
I don't know what that hype
these
dance
bends,
is.
like, what are this? What are these bends?
Yeah.
What is this doing? Again, you would say like,
it's an
there's
issue
just no
of
vertices. Like,
yeah.
there's like 5 bones in this coat to.
The issue, there's multiple issues here. The first issue is, yeah, lack of like vertices to help with bending, to make the bending look more natural. Yeah, there's lack of pivot points essentially to bend around, because the vertices are very strange and haphazard. Like, what is all this? They've got lots of like bits and pieces of vertices in all sorts of strange places. This looks very amateurish. This is the kind of shit that I would have been making when I first started making modeling, except I wouldn't make a full person. This would be what my like, the first gun I tried to make in Maya looked like, back when I was using Maya. But then, you know, I got a little bit better. I don't make messes like this these days. But, yeah, then the other issue is the bones are like all over the place.
For those bones to bend the code, but there's nothing to bend here. There's literally like one line there. Anyways, yeah, before you actually like try doing something with like people, please look at their older work. See if they actually can do what they're doing.
Oh, I see what's going on there.
Just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's actually better. This is just straight up garbage. I'm just gonna do this. There. Okay, I'm done.
Fixed. Yeah. Oof. What a nightmare of a model. Like, I'm not any good at modeling, but I can I can see some bad practices when I see them. I will say, as much as I agree with this feels like the wrong approach. What do you mean? Like, the way he's critiquing it? I love cat POV. Yes. Oh, I saw this the other day. I think. Or I saw a very similar one the other day. I don't think it was this one exactly. Or was it? I feel like I did see this one the other day. Yeah. Mm. Also, yeah, cat POV is so lettuce. Cat POV is awesome. Sniffing the butt. It's like, why is he running? Yeah, you mean him just being like, what the fuck is this and everything. You just don't think that's the right way to critique it. I understand that. That's why, I mean, that you heard the way I critiqued it. I do things a little bit differently. I don't just say what the fuck to everything. That's why, again, like as I said, like that, there was like an elbow. There was an elbow bend that I was like, that actually wasn't too bad. However, there's some really atrocious bends. The bones just not attached properly. Not constructive, it's just superiorly bashing things. Right, yeah. But like it's I think the issue is that this is a person who's selling models to selling models for profit to streamers who use, I believe it's models for streamers using virtual streamer images. But they're selling it as if it's a quality model. Yeah, I think it's the guy probably came to it because came at it with the stance that it was like it was kind of a scam. Um, but yeah, I can understand why. There's a lot of people just with just lots of hate. Well, they come at things with just a lot of hate, sort of thing, and I can understand not wanting or not liking that and not being able to, or like not enjoying that kind of content. Uh, right, I see what you mean. Yeah, makes for a more, just breaking their spine. It just makes for a more abrasive. Uh, yeah, it makes people typically react in more of an abrasive way, rather than a learning way. But still, I can understand. I can understand the frustration, especially if you're a modeler who takes pride in your work, and you see people. It's like the artists dealing with the AI shit at the moment. It's like there are artists who take pride in their work, and then there are people who just use AI systems to make art, and it's like it's not good quality. It doesn't take the same practices. It's just spewing shit out for the sake of having art. Yeah. Also, some in the world of music and Portal 2 mapping, this kind of approach to things is just way too common. It's incredibly annoying. Yeah, okay. I will say from a mapping perspective, there are people who are way too. Like what I'll say is that there's a difference between being nitpicky and being like out and out like, well, this is just bad. Because I've experienced both. There are people in the mapping community who are just way too hyper fixated on nitpicky nonsense. I have experienced that firsthand because I was a new like junior level at best. Yes, people with egos. Yes, you're right. Junior level mapper when I made Portal Unity, and you can see the change in my development and my skill as the game goes on because, like what I would like to say is at the very start of Portal Unity, that was my very first maps that I made. I made Portal Unity in order, so to some degree, you can see the development, my development of my skill as I went through the game. But also, you can see when development started also having to speed up towards the very end, and some elements, especially the very ending sequences, had to be made very quickly. And so they suffered in quality. And so I had plenty of people, shitting on my work because I forgot today was the day. It's all good. It's all good, Damien. Welcome to the stream. We're talking about mappers and some Portal mappers' hyperfixation or hypercritical opinions about maps. Again, I'm someone who with plenty of experience with that, because again, I chose to make a mod when I was a junior. Don't get me started, God. I made a map when I was a junior, at mapping, and I made a full mod when I was a junior at mapping, and I released it. I didn't go through I didn't go through the endless stages of, like going back and fixing things to make it better and better. I didn't go through multiple stages of development. I went through a full regular development cycle and then released the product that I had at the end. I'd be happy I'm not in VC, otherwise we'd be getting an orangey rant. Yeah. I think there are so many people in the Portal community. What's interesting, I've talked about this before. Sorry for anyone who wants just regular videos. I have to rant a little bit about this, because this is something that I've always found. I've talked about it before in other videos and to other people, but when Half-Life 2 came out, and when in the era of Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 mods and maps and stuff like that, there was this understanding, there was this like feeling of kind of amateurishness to the maps and everything, especially at the start because people were just learning it. But Half-Life 2 had this community of mappers who would kind of enjoy anything that was released, no matter how like buggy or like amateurish the mods or the maps would be. People would still typically enjoy the maps. That's the impression I got. Map quality was not expected to be super high, but for some reason, when it came to Portal and Portal 2, Portal 2 especially, Portal 2 like no other, but Portal as well, suddenly there was this expectation that quality had to be like the same as Valve's or better, otherwise it was shit. But like, with the funny thing is that while that sentiment is there, and I hate it, I think that sucks. It kills all that like the early creativity of mappers who aren't masters of environmental design. While that sentiment is there, that's like, yeah, you have to make the best quality or else it sucks. While that's there, it's almost exclusively in the mapping community. You ask the average Portal consumer, you ask the average person who's just playing Portal mods or playing Portal content, they typically, much like the Half-Life 2 era, they like anything. They just like Portal content. They just like Portal stuff. You speak to people in the mapping community, you speak to the people who are making stuff, and there's such a toxic environment of like, things have to be perfect, they have to be of the highest quality, they have to be better than Valve made it, or else it's shit. Every little problem with the map, it's terrible, the mapper sucks, they didn't fix this one little bug, this one little error came through the development cycle, they suck at mapping. It's like, that's not, it's so toxic. I hate it. That's why I never really associated with the Portal mapping community, because I didn't feel like I belonged in that community. I've never really felt like I belonged in the Portal mapping community. I just did my own thing. I had fun. and I think everyone else should do the same. Just do your thing, have fun, don't worry what other people say, because it's not worth it. Yeah, especially as a creative person with much anxiety, I'm still scared of releasing my work. Exactly, like, but it's only the other people making maps that are the ones who are toxic. But that's the thing, though, is that as the three of us here, as many of us here, we're all mappers, but we hate that environment. But so, like, who are the ones who are toxic? Because it's other mappers who are toxic, but it's not us, as far as I know. Why is it so real though, lol? Yeah. I'm telling you, the thinking with portals, I pushed hard to stop this. Right. And thankfully it did stop a bit, and those kinds of people are getting pushed away now. Right, yes. Good. Do you remember Taiwan? Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I had the same thing with Taiwan as well. Always visited him for his feedback. Yeah, because it felt like he wasn't just criticizing my work, he was just straight up trashed it. Yeah. Tillman's gone from most of his projects because of that, as far as I know, yeah. That's the thing. I will mention, there was a point in time where I almost offered for Tewan to make the outro sequence for the Portal Unity reboot. I like gave him an option to have a look at it and see what he wanted to, if he wanted to do something with it. And he basically just took my map, the map that I sent him, told me how basically told me it was shit and trash, and then was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything to help with this. And so I was like, cool, bro. And then I just released it as is, because I was like, fuck, I just don't have the time or energy to deal with this anymore. Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty early on as well. That was pretty early on in my stages of working on it. And that did kind of, like, it was like the final nail in the coffin for me, because like prior to that, I'd never worked with anyone who had worked on Portal stuff prior. And yeah, that was him, like, me reaching out to, well, him offering help, me being like, okay, I'll trust him with this thing I've not shown really anyone, and then him just shitting on it. I was like, all right, that's it. Not working with anyone else in the Portal community on this project, you know. And I was like, I'm just gonna yeah. I didn't release it straight away after that. I spent a little bit more time trying to fix up the regular maps, but that was the nail in the coffin for me. That was like, I'm not going to finish the outro sequence. I'm gonna just let it sit as it is, and I'm just gonna release the mod as is. Yeah. Anyway, something off topic. I posted 3 unheard tracks from the Plants vs Zombies. Oh right, yes, yeah. Hopefully we should get to it, because I still have an hour and a half. Good riddance, yeah. Now back in understanding the context of this convo, yeah, sadly this toxicity is going much more around nowadays. But I do still support putting stuff out there. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing with Damien, the way you worked on, especially on your earlier stuff, like, it was a lot of like BMod plus tweaking stuff. I was always impressed with the fact that you were still quite an amateur at the time. Like, you hadn't really learned Hammer at the time. You just were working mostly with the BMod. All that stuff you released back then, I was like, hell yeah, someone actually like releasing content, not worrying too much about what people, were saying, would say for that kind of content. PTR is very limiting, but thank you. Yeah, like, yeah, that's the thing. It's an incredibly limiting kind of thing to set of tools to work with. But I was very impressed with the fact you were just releasing stuff, because that's what I see in the Portal community more than any other mapping modding community, is this feeling of not being able to release content because it needs to be of a particular standard. It has to be of a like a particular standard, otherwise it's not like good enough for release. So whenever I see people like releasing stuff, I'm like, hell yeah. Being able to play Aperture Salt Mines, the like playtest modes, and having that stuff out is really cool because it says to me that there's stuff there to play already. That's really cool. Yeah. Dylan just seems like, oh, what's up?
We have to go. It's at Rosedale. That's 3 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. Dylan just seems like a worse Linus Torvalds. Wait, who's that again? I know the name. It's not Torvalds. Right. Oh, he was the. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's original. Has he been like really critical of stuff? I didn't know that. That's fun. That's funny. Um. That's actually really funny to hear. Um, since I'm worrying with moving from Russia to South Korea. Oh, very cool. You're releasing subsequence as is, just maps. Even though I'm about to be a disappointment with some people. Yeah, honestly, for me, that was a huge relief off my shoulders. Yeah, I would say if you're on the fence about it, especially if you think you're not gonna have time to work on it beyond sort of like now or moving, I would say yeah, go for it. Just release what you have, because people appreciate something rather than just nothing. You know, there's that idea of like, oh, a game released early is a game like it may someday be good, but a game delayed will be. There's that idea of like you should always delay games until they're exactly how you want them to be, or they're perfect. I disagree with that idea. I think people tend to prefer getting something in their hands to never getting something. Shadow muting me? YouTube has been doing that today. Fireboys was having the same problem, RNG, where YouTube just decided to not send their messages. You hear Mark? You heard him before, yeah. Yeah, he just wanted to let me know about something. Me and my town family are moving out. I'm pretty happy about it, but I've been very stressed about it. Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that you're moving to South Korea. South Korea is a beautiful, from what I've seen, a beautiful place. Amazing culture. I think it'll be a real cool experience. Yeah, creative Linux and Git. He can be pretty toxic to the point that he publicly took some time off working on Linux to get therapy to stop being mean to people. Oh no. We're glad to hear about the move. Russia not been looking good. Yeah, exactly. I'm so glad that you're getting out of there. Was seen badly at the very start. Right. Check Twitter. Okay, yeah, just check Twitter. Yeah. YouTube has been weird lately. Shadow muting and also a few other videos coming up are age restricted, even though it's literally just some swearing. Yeah, that's what I've heard that recently, is that YouTube, even though vocally they've been saying, like, I remember there was a whole thing not that long ago of Susan Wojcicki, the CEO lady, saying like, they're like trying to tone down the censors in terms of swearing, but also in terms of like violence and stuff like that, especially video game or cartoon violence is supposed to be getting like, basically they're registering it as different to just regular violence, which is what it should be. It should be considered different because violence that happens in video games is so not like violence that happens in real life. So why are they treated the same? But then the reality, what she said versus what is actually happening, is so different. Also, this is what RNG has posted on Twitter. I mean, ASM is a bit of an example of this. At the start, it was considered shitty mod because it was me who came out of nowhere, and now, after having stood my ground for so long, it's now considered like the other mods, right? Yeah, that's just it. It's like you're a new creator who hasn't been part of the community, so immediately it's like, well, it's gonna be a shit mod because it's this newbie who's come out of nowhere, not allowing you the space to develop your presence, you know. Yeah. Bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, age restricted for swearing and stuff like that is nonsense. It's yeah. They need to fix some shit. Is she actually gone? Wait, I missed that. Susan Wojcicki. I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know how to spell it. Um. Coley quits after a decade. 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Neil Mohan. Who's the new one? Neil Mohan. Oh. February 16. I didn't even hear about that. Oh my god. I just wish I could talk to someone about it. I can't keep burning the same people I've kept on talking to. Makes me feel guilty and have to hear out my rants and carry my baggage. It's okay. It's okay, Damien. Feel free. This is a good time. These kind of streams are the perfect time to have these kind of chats because we can just sit and chat for a bit. I mean, yeah, if you want to talk more in private, the DMs are always open. Okay, wait. I saw 2 comments just posting. What's your take on the Night of the Clown map? It was good. I liked I liked what was there so far. I'm very curious to see where it goes. I do remember it. um, that clown appearing like that, going through that space that turned into a maze. It was really good foreshadowing because I was like, this is totally going to be a maze when I return. And then having the freaking clown chasing me through the maze. Oh, genuinely like panic inducing. More of that will get you, will get that map and that mod far, I think. Some NFT. Oh no. Oh no. Shit. Did Elon Musk purchase YouTube? Neil was the driving force behind NFTs, hidden dislikes, etc. Oh my god. Also, hey, Caterlin? No, Caterlin. I don't know how to pronounce your name. But hey, welcome to the stream. Sorry, we're just chatting at the moment. I'll watch the next video in a minute. I'm just catching up with the chat. You're kidding me. The fucking Nick, I mean, to be honest, she has been working for YouTube for a long time. She deserves the time off. Yeah, that's fair. All the things that are bad on the platform are his doing. God damn it. I really hope that he is replaced soon. I hope he does not have a long run like Susan has. God damn it. Also, why am I seeing disappearing? What do you mean disappearing? You're seeing disappearing? I kind of want to try to include VR. Oh, interesting. That'd be terrifying. Cause yeah, make it in Source 2, make it in Alex. Make it an Alex map. Make it in VR. Problem is that Alex doesn't have the crowbar. It does have a crowbar, but it doesn't really work properly. Oh, Half-Life 2 VR is now a thing. Oh, I haven't tried that. I've got to get my VR set up. One of my VR towers might be broken. Because it got knocked over a couple times. But yeah, I gotta see if it'll work. So first Twitter, now YouTube. I really hope. Why do things have to be the worst? Why do things have to be? That's the dawn of the internet's rebirth. That's the thing, is it's like, where do we go from here? We have to find new platforms. But I don't want new platforms. I want the platforms that already exist to be better. Caterland? Ah, okay, yeah. Well, thank you for explaining. It's good to see you. Good to see you here. Welcome to the stream. As long as he plays ball with Google, they can't really kick him unless Congress removes him for law stuff. Ah. Ah. Or he could just step down. It's you know, enough public pressure, enough pressure from people. Is my eyes playing tricks now, or some of my comment I saw people posting got deleted? Maybe. I haven't seen any posts disappear, but I only see what shows up here. I'd need the source code for Alex to make. Oh, right, true that. And that's why they can do anything they want without risking their market that much. Brand nostalgia and attachment. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I want to push for the return of Google videos. Step down or bend to what people want. Yes. Yes. Stepping down from a ladder. Yes. Yes, I should probably say. We should probably move on. Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's go. What's
As
this?
a child, I used to have dreams of monsters, ghosts, and
When was
zombies.
this
I'd wake
posted?
up screaming. My mum, on the other hand, told me
I
that
never
her
saw
dreams
it.
comprised of big waves, light switches that wouldn't turn on, and school exams. That doesn't sound so bad, I thought to myself. But now those are the only kinds of dreams that I have, too. And while I don't wake up screaming, some of them aren't great. Just the other night, I dreamt that I was in an unfamiliar house and the lights wouldn't turn on. What gets me about these dreams is that there's never a monster that jumps out at me, just the feeling that something might, and that something bad is about to happen, and that I must leave the house as soon as I can. It's funny where my mind goes during these dreams. A sudden regret that I hadn't mastered the circuit breaker in our new house, trying to figure out which computer component was causing the problems,
I know that
and how I'd
name.
identify it through process of elimination. There was something new about the one I had the other night, mind. There was Fluffykins, and I remember being concerned for her and beckoning her out of the house with me, and we both just stood there outside the front door, looking up the stairs into total darkness, half expecting something to emerge. The big wave
I think I've
dreams
seen
that I
someone
have
play
are
this.
thrilling. My mum is terrified of it.
I think I've seen someone play Yume Nikki before, but I have not played it. Maybe. I might enjoy that. Yeah. It looks spooky.
Big waves. That's why I showed her Interstellar at Christmas. For me, it's always unusually large waves that are sloshing about in a seaside town somewhere, and nobody else seems to be taking it seriously. They'll all just be hanging about, diving in, dodging these massive surges as they roll up the streets. And there's always an oh no moment as I misjudge a wave and it sends me shooting into the air or deep beneath it. From what I can recall, I can breathe underwater in dreams,
looks
so
chill.
it's just seeing
Yeah.
everyone treating something so dangerous with so little caution that gets me
Philip's
about
cat's
things. So I wouldn't call these dreams scary, but they're definitely exhilarating. And they come with that feeling that you get as you look over the edge of something and there's a very big drop down the other side. Perhaps because of recent situations, I dreamt that I looked at my girlfriend and thought, she's a man. Stubble, Adam's apple, manly looking face, and me trying to figure out how I'd never noticed this before. Should it even matter? And does this mean I'm gay? This
so
dream
weird.
of mine focused around my own feelings of guilt and confusion, and not wanting to hurt somebody
These
else
are
for
all
my own mistakes.
Philip.
But I can imagine such a dream would crush some people. Speaking of self-loathing, what about those dreams where a friend of yours
It always
betrays
feels
you?
just not
You wake up at
natural.
the end still angry and
Something
needing closure.
unusual about it.
There's absolutely nowhere and nobody to blame this on, apart from yourself. Why are you doing this to yourself, brain? Video games have tainted my subconscious. I'm sure I have some kind of quick save feature that helps me to avoid or to bypass the scariest situations. As a child, I mastered the art of screaming in a dream. And because your body's paralyzed at the
No
time,
clicks,
that's a
Philip.
very particular sounding scream
Yeah.
that I don't think you can do while you're awake. I very seldom dream of my current situation in life, but frequently dream of previous ones, like visiting grandparents' houses, or returning to places that I've worked in the past. The place I disliked working at in real life always comes back to haunt me as dreams of confusion and embarrassment at being back there, and trying to justify why I'm there in my head. But the place I enjoyed working in real life is always a positive dream. But it's like I have a
Dobby.
dream version of that place that I visit every time, and certain things about it are always there that were never there in real life. Even though I know these dreams are based on a lie, I still wake up thinking I should get a job back there again. Unfortunately, I don't have that dream so often. What I do get, maybe like 50% of the time now, are dreams of exams. Almost always maths or science, at secondary school level, and I'm not
Very
prepared for them.
rarely these days.
They may be
get
coming up
those.
next week, or maybe next term, or maybe they're coming up
Joking.
sometime really soon, but I'm too scared to check the calendar to know exactly when. Everyone else in the class seems ready for these exams, but I know that even if I dedicated all my spare time to them, then I'm still going to fail them miserably. It's a real kick in the teeth, because I never felt like that at the time. But these dreams have got clever. I stop and think, wait, I finished my exams decades ago. But then my mind's like, yeah, but there was that one you never did, and so you've got to go back and do that one now. So my mind has got really good at making up bullshit backstories to try and make sense of this again. It's funny how real dreams are to the people having them, and how little anybody else cares when you try to tell them about them. But the reason I made this video is because I've unintentionally followed in my mum's footsteps, and having now googled these dreams, I see that a bunch of other people have the exact same ones. About things which we seldom experience in real life, yet for some reason our subconscious seems to obsess over them. I'm not one for dream interpretations. I don't think that my teeth falling out is a sign that I fear losing what I hold dear. What does that mean anyway? Of course we all fear losing things that are dear to us.
What I'd heard is from dream readings about teeth falling out, because I have multiple times in my life had a dream about my teeth falling out. What I'd read was it was supposed to be something about being afraid of change, like or being anxious about a change that is happening. Whether that's
Sorry, but
yeah, I was gonna say it's mostly bullshit, I'm sure, because I can't remember there being any of those moments happening when I had that dream. Not me low-key wanting to play Hogwarts Legacy, same. It looks like a fun game, but I don't have the funds for it. And I'm also not sure how I feel about the whole J.K. Rowling thing. Literally instantly combust the moment I launched the game, yeah. Just put them back in. What usually happens is, like, I'll be doing something regular, like something normal, and then suddenly I'll feel like weird sensation in my mouth, and I'll like spit in the dream, and there'll be like teeth and blood, and then as I like feel around my mouth with my tongue, all of my teeth are loose, and they just come out with the slightest touch, and then I'd have like a mouthful of blood and teeth. That's usually I either wake up or I just move on from this. Yeah. It's JRPG horror from 2004. Though from the genre, it's nothing like the common tropes. Right. Yeah, I seem to recall, I think I have seen someone play it, or bits of it at least. The unique aesthetic of its own surrounding. Yeah. It's really strange from what I recall. It sounds like a Jack Stauber short. I mean, yeah. Yeah. And that's I mean, it's not far off, that kind of thing. And there's nothing you can do. And it doesn't hurt. It's upsetting, but it doesn't hurt. And as an adult, it has to be said, like, I don't really have nightmares anymore. But I have dreams that some might consider nightmarish. But I never really feel afraid or panicked in my dreams like I used to. As a kid, I used to wake up in like a panic quite often. I used to have nightmares all the time as a kid. And I still remember some of them. They make no sense, but I still remember some of them. Quite viscerally, actually. But yeah, none of my modern dreams have that same impact. I dream like I'm in a video game. All my dreams are video games. So, like, they all have the framework of being like a game that I'm playing. Have you ever experienced falling asleep within a dream to experience the second one? No, I've never been that direction. I have woken up, but I'm still dreaming. I've had that multiple times in my life where like I'm having a dream, something happens and I wake up and then more stuff happens and then I wake up again and then I'm actually awake. You know, like it's like the inception layers of a dream. I've never fallen asleep in a dream though. Yeah. Anyway.
I think it's a very lazy interpretation. But I also dislike the interpretations because I think dreams are a load of rubbish. It's just strange how limited our dreams playlists are, and how the content changes as we grow older.
Right, yeah. My friends who got the game and played it didn't get disappointed as far as I know. Right, yeah. That's the thing, is from what I understand, the game seems to be well made. The developers, apparently they started working on it well before J.K. Rowling became the nightmare human that she is now. The game started development apparently back in like the start of 2017 or something like that. And it was later that same year that J.K. Rowling started becoming like insane. And the developers, of course, have distanced themselves as best as they can, but there's nothing they can do about the original author being a nut job, you know. So again, there's elements of like, well, the game looks really good, looks really fun. Can I marry, or can I marry? Can I like be okay with playing it and supporting the developers while that also means that I'm supporting the nut job that is J.K. Rowling? I don't know. I'm so split on that. You don't spit in real life when you spit in the dream, do you? I am someone who frequently wakes up like doing an action that was in a dream. So like I'll wake up reaching out to grab something in real life. I have woken Mark up a few times now because I'm trying to do something in a dream and I'm like poking him in his it's like, yeah. Anyway, I should keep moving. Harry Potter and the
Here
Forbidden
I am
Game.
with the new game Harry Potter Legacy. Sorry about that, everybody. I did not know about the whole situation behind that game, so instead we're going to be playing the new Rick and Morty game. I feel like I need to apologize again. I did not know that the dude who makes that game was a sexual weirdo.
Yeah.
So instead we're going to be playing Overwatch 2. Okay, apparently the team behind Overwatch was doing some really messed up stuff behind the scenes. So okay, apparently the team behind Assassin's Creed was doing some really messed up stuff. Okay, apparently the director on that game was fired for unspeakable acts, so we're doing—
Wait, David Cage too? David Cage, I'm just gonna look up David Cage. News? David Cage fired? Or was that a joke? Homophobic AF, apparently? Oh no. I mean, I knew David Cage was a weirdo. He's always been a weirdo. But sorry, I'm just quickly reading an article. Oh no. Are there no safe developers? Yeah. Apparently, Hogwarts Legacy started development in 2017. It's been in development for some years now. Like when you see the game, it like makes sense, but when you actually when you think like 2017, that was so long ago. But yeah, like the game is a big game that has a lot of cool stuff in it. So I'm not surprised, honestly, that it's been in development for ages. Like that's when it began development. It wouldn't have been anything visually interesting at that stage. It would have been entirely in the concept phases. But still, yeah, 2017. Um, I was in prison not long ago when I fell asleep in a hotel room with my within my dream began the second one, and I woke up in the same hotel to do my first one spot on until its end. That's amazing. That's super cool. Don't think it matters, IMO. Like, it wouldn't benefit her if the game was released or not at all in the first place. It's none of her concern as far as I can tell. I don't think she cares either. Well, it's apparently... So what I understand is that she gets royalties from the game. So, like, every sale of Hogwarts Legacy, she gets some money. However, it has to be said, she is fucking filthy rich already. It's like a drop in the bucket, the amount of money she would get from your sale of a game. So it doesn't, in the end, doesn't even matter. If this game didn't even exist, she would be just as wealthy as she is with it existing. She lives in a castle. She literally lives in a castle. She is exceedingly wealthy. So yeah, I don't know. I still want to play it. I still probably will play it at some point. But I'm waiting for the price to go down. Yeah, so David Cage is homophobic. Slows and stuff. Check the last paragraph of his Wikipedia. Oh. Wait. David Cage, Wikipedia. I'm just gonna say wiki. Cage. It says personal life. Cage is an atheist. Yeah, in 2018, Quantic Dream was involved in a lawsuit with this media group. Toxic workplace. One of the employees has been photoshopping pictures of other employees. Later alleged that Cage said that all female characters in his games were whores. And that Quantic Dream didn't make games for fags. Oh my god. Okay, apparently members of his team have come out in defense of Cage about those comments. Apparently, according to some, or according to him, he never said those two things about women and about gays. But, like, it's a he said, she said until, like, proof can come out. You can't know for sure. Oh, I'm so sad that Justin Roiland is a creep. That's so sad to me. Rick and Morty is so funny, and they're gonna try and continue it without Justin Roiland, but that show is Justin Roiland. It's just the Justin Roiland show. Both Rick and Morty are both Justin Roiland. Too many people with just the worst. A lot of these ones are just allegations, but most of them, I believe, are true.
When Dead Space, I did.
Andrew Callahan, Channel 5, all gas, no brakes. Andrew Callahan. Oh. Response to allegations about what? Sexual assault allegations. Do you have a guideline for your streams when they start? Like this is one of the odd streams. Midweek streams like these don't usually happen on the channel. Usually I stick to weekends. But yeah, it's usually in New Zealand time. It's in NZ NZ NZST, New Zealand Standard Time. As opposed to New Zealand Daylight Time, which is what the fucking altered time is. NZST, it is at 8 a.m. I start at 8 a.m. NZST, and sorry, not 8, 9 a.m. NZST. And I stream usually Saturday and Sunday morning my time, Friday, Saturday night most other people's time, and then sometimes, depending on if I'm available, if I'm able, I will stream on a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, as well. So yeah. No, the Reddit content's posted throughout the month. But yeah, anyway, let's continue.
I know that EA was funding a blood diamond mining operation. I am now trending on Twitter. People are calling me more evil than Voldemort. So instead, we're going to be playing. Sonic fans are now attempting to sue me for defamation. I don't think that's how it works, but just to be safe, we're going to be playing Last of Us Part 2 instead. Gamers, I made a big mistake. I'm getting in a lot of trouble today. I did not realize Last of Us 2 was a woke type game. So instead, we're playing the most unwoken game, Sleeping Dogs. I did not know that Square Enix had retroactively added NFTs to that game. So instead, we're playing WWE 2K22. That was a fucking disaster. Apparently, Hulk Hogan has been saying crazy shit. I don't want any kind of evil energy on this
Hulk
video.
Hogan?
So we're going back to the classic SmackDown vs. Raw 2004. This is a different, non-controversial game with no... So today we're going to be playing Fortnite, where I am going to be using the Will Smith skin. I just now found out about the Will Smith situation, so instead we're going to be playing... I just don't like Valorant, so instead I'm playing Bad Boys 2. I'm sorry to all my fans that were upset about the previous game. I forgot that Bad Boys 2 also had Will Smith in it, so instead we're going to be playing the Shark Tale, even though it wasn't Will Smith who voiced him in the video game. I feel like just out of respect to the families, I shouldn't play that game. That was a bad call. We're playing Gex. This game is rated E. It's a classic game. Everybody here loves Gex. This is the only game I trust.
Ah, ancient Chinese level. I'm Tom Wu. You can be a millionaire. Dr. Jones, you will never get all 3 chakra stones. With a level 6, you get aggro.
Today we're going to be playing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say, going to classic games, that's not a good idea for modern audiences. Because, yeah, like, it's like, I've been playing Destroy All Humans 2. I've just finished the Takashima level. It's basically Tokyo. Full of, like, broadly racist stereotypes. Yeah. 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 It does sometimes does feel like whatever day I feel like it, but and some days on those weekend days sometimes I take them off as well just because I need to catch up on something in my real life. Streams usually the ones that suffer from real life events. After you said the phrase "he said, she said," it instantly made me think of the Church's song. Ah, yeah. Funny because when I hear the he said, she said, it reminds me of Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit is it's all about the he said, she said bullshit. Anyway, I assume it's not welcome then to suggest anything through the chat. Yeah. No. I keep the chat. The chat's just for chatting. If you want me to react to something, post it on the Reddit. Yeah. Thought Rick and Morty was on Cartoon Network. Nope. No, definitely not. It's not for Cartoon Network show. Okay. Let's keep moving. Oh, desync. God, I haven't watched Sync in ages.
Oh, there's a door here.
Oh, he's spamming. I do it. What's that on the other side?
I've seen
of
some
the
people.
thing Slaying down.
I've seen some people playing this.
What? Why did I do that?
Oh, you can just spam it, dude.
I guess you gotta not press it too quick.
Yep. Okay. Oh! I've got an idea. If I just walk and lean left all the way around on the corner of the thing, hypothetically I should be fine, right?
I see what you're talking about, yeah. He needs to rethink that.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Father! The lead button.
Oh, can we made it?
I hated it so much.
Why are we here now?
Yes, the
This is
pipes were the
weird. Dude,
worst
this is
because they
new.
just broke the flow.
Oh, what the
They
fuck?
were
There's
that terrible
actually
mechanic in that game.
How do I get out of this?
Just pipes generally in that game, eh?
Wait, what happens if I get
Climbing
out?
them, walking across them. They always broke the flow.
Wait a kid.
I opened it!
Oh, what?
Oh,
I feel like maybe this we're not supposed to get in here.
Okay, we're doing it. What the fuck?
Doing a few weeks
Okay, we're down here.
So yeah, when it comes to that rule about the music thing, it's like regular music. Oh my god, regular music. I will almost never react to because it's almost always
I feel
copyright.
like we're playing this out of order.
I gotta pause this for a second. Yeah, I have a rule about music because people used to post music, like proper regular music, and I just can't react to it. It's almost always blocked, like either copyright claimed, so immediately the whole stream will get claimed, or it quite often gets copyright blocked, which means that the whole stream gets like, you can't watch it. You can't watch it back later on. So, in the case of blocking specifically, I have to go in and edit those sections out. And even then, you know, sometimes even after that, it's still claimed. I still have to deal with the video being claimed. So I basically decided that it was not worth it to react to video music during stuff. Video game music, like stuff that's like stuff made by you guys, or that is specifically from a video game or contains video game music, that's fine. Yeah. Twitch is much better for reaction stuff, but switching to Twitch doesn't seem great right now, lol. Yeah, that's just it, is I waited too long, and now the idea of switching to Twitch is like less appealing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... Alright, I'm gonna Ninja Turtle it. Oh!
Oh! What?
What the
Oh,
fuck
yes.
is that?
Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, run! It's behind you, it's right behind you!
Holy shit! Open the door, please! I was hitting the random button, seeing if it could be anything.
Oh, it didn't work this time. So I actually full-on guessed it the first try.
Oh my god, spamming space. Alright, let me show you how Cockmaster does it. I fucked up.
Straight away. Show me your ID badge. Call master. Do it again. Study participant.
Decent. Do it again. A big fat retard. What the hell is this?
Oh, behind us. It can't get in.
I'm drinking? Okay. I don't know what that's gonna do, but...
Dude, it's behind the door. They couldn't get in.
They can if you leave the doors open.
Hey, look at that dumbass.
Oh.
Close the door.
Bro, what a
welcome back,
what an
Nathan.
absolute G.
Stream's been good. We've had some good chats.
Oh, he's coming for you. He's coming for you.
Oh shit, I see him.
Open door.
I don't think jumping makes you go faster.
Oh, get out of the way, bitch!
Oh shit!
Oh god.
Pick up that can.
Yeah. You bitch!
The biggest enemy is the door.
Wait, I got an idea. I got an idea. What if you come to the elevator and I try to hop out as well?
Oh, I'm stuck.
Guys!
I know he's walking my way like a G. Okay.
Hey, bitch! What are you gonna fucking do? No, I'm not doing that. No, you know who I am? Hey, no.
You're instantly too scared.
Nah, genuinely. Wait, get back.
He's just ignoring you? Oh, he's coming, he's coming!
Oh my god, there's no way.
Yeah, I knew you would do this. Oh! Do this?
They both tried to close the door.
Am I touching tips? No. Key?
Yeah, I've seen some YouTubers play this.
What?
I saw some YouTubers play right through this entire game, from the beginning right through to the very like nebulous-y ending.
I'm hiding
stages.
apparently. Oh, I think.
Oh god.
Oh,
yeah, start running.
Fucking hell, that gave me a fright. Ugh.
Wait, am I good? I'm glitched out.
Did you hide inside the door?
Yeah, I did, and he's in here with me.
What?
He's in the room with me.
There's another one.
Okay, here we go. I'm going for it.
Close open. Oh, thank you.
Oh, here.
Never seen this in full. I only saw all the memes that came from it. Right, yes.
Wait, that's him. Screen go blue, I know.
Oh, the dogs, yeah.
Oh!
Is the dog there or not?
I haven't. The dog has gone quiet, and the dog's now
that
roaming
body
the
dog.
hole.
Oh,
And I'm in the other door closest to you now, so it could be in front of my door.
Real hunky chomp.
No.
It's in front.
It's roaming towards you. Can you lead it away?
Creepy
I have
dog
an idea.
things.
Oh no, don't worry.
I get the attention of it.
No, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. I'm over. Oh shit!
It's coming for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, all you have to do is flash your light in its face.
Oh, that ain't you.
Oh, that ain't you.
First try. Woods.
Oh, it's
Donkey
chasing
yonk.
Are you sure? Me?
Me? I mean you.
Okay.
Come back.
No. Fuck you. He's in my.
Oh my god.
It's a total duck. Oh, he's chasing you. Oh, he's just standing outside the door. I'm looking at him.
When he spotted me, he went.
Get out! You bitch.
It's like a Demogorgon or
Reset
something.
cameras.
Yeah. That's what your dog looks like. Looks like a man in dog form. Like skin only, no fur.
We both look like that.
Honky Kong. Sorry?
In this Minecraft mod, they categorize. There's this block that makes the liquid version of a steam of a gas,
Right, yeah.
and it converts steam to liquid steam.
Liquid steam. That's funny.
Test. What? I don't, what? What? No, I'm not.
Hanky chonky donkey bomb.
Okay, that was weird. Oh shit!
Yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to be exactly. It's just some sort of vaguely backrooms related monster.
Kind of like the idea. Oh. Where did I go?
What? The fuck? Where did you go? Oh, I see your shadow. What?
Oh, he hid in the
This is a
cupboard.
certified hood class.
Hello?
Was that you?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god, just gonna look at me! I ran. Fuck you!
Yeah.
That one's
Yeah, Mark was just saying,
That wasn't me.
that he's playing a mod in Minecraft.
Oh, they changed it.
And, yeah, there's like a gas liquefier.
I bolted for hours, just scared.
Oh, yeah, condenser.
Condenser, yeah.
I'm gonna call it a gas liquefier. Turns gases into liquids, and it turns steam into liquid steam. You know, instead of the more logical turning steam to water or something. No. Liquid steam. Oh god. Something on your soda ball.
Am I on? What am I on? Oh, later, bitch.
Asparagus, the withered one, assaults your friend, yeah. Oh, hey Mecca. Welcome to the stream.
I'm fucking human.
Well, he died.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Yep, ready? Give me a second. Holy shit.
Okay.
Here we are.
Hot,
Oh,
gassy
car.
water.
Wait, I got the car working.
Oh my god, you did. I thought you were baiting me.
It only worked.
in it?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh shit, I may have glitched out. I glitched out. I'm
I can't get
100%
in.
glitched out. I'm 100% glitched out. I shouldn't be in
I was
here.
gonna say.
Help!
What the fuck?
Don't look behind me. What does it look like?
There's so many of them. You bitch.
You gotta keep moving, man.
Bitch.
Yeah. Oof. I can't even remember how it ends after that. But, yeah. The game is, the game is... It's weird. The ending's weird. That's all I remember. They all went in for a hug. Yeah. Yeah, it's a backrooms game. Age restricted ones are just swearing. YouTube moment. Okay, yeah. Dr. Breen fucking loses it. Yeah, usually if it's age restricted, it's because of repeated swearing in a short frame of time.
Welcome to City 17. You have chosen or have been chosen to get fucked in the ass. Fuck you. Fuck you so much. Leave the fucking city now. Get back on that fucking train and go back where you fucking came from, you fucking assholes. I fucking hate you so much. Fuck you, Gordon Freeman. I hope you get run over by a fucking train. You stupid mother...
Well, age restricted. Yeah, so that's why it's that one's age restricted, because it's repeated and constant swearing throughout the entire video. I hope that because this is in a stream and it's deep in the stream, 2 hours 26 minutes in, or 25 minutes in, that it's not gonna matter. Wow, rude. Yeah. Fun fact, at temperatures below 0, liquid steam turns into solid water. Yeah. Solid water. Really, if any player dies in the backrooms game, it displays remaining footage removed. Seemingly. I don't remember that being the case for the YouTubers I watched. The YouTubers I watched, the way it worked is that if someone died, they just were dead until all of the people died. Or they made it to the end of the sequence, in which case everyone revived. That was definitely the way it worked when they played it. Maybe they've changed it to be a little bit harder, because when you got lots of players, you can cheese it really easily. Maybe, I don't know. Imagine playing Half-Life 2 for the first time without knowing anything about it. That would be funny. Just to have Breen just swearing at you. Okay, I'm gonna try and not chat as much, and we'll just like speed through these
20
ones.
children have entered a nationwide competition to find friends.
Wait. This is BBC, isn't it? Maybe not.
In this competition, these terribly sad young minds and their families will battle it out over 5 intensive days before one of them is in intensive care. Today, the competitors will have to tackle 2 rounds of questions, and the 4 lowest scorers will be killed at the end of the day.
Yeah, I worry about these ones. These kinds of like YouTube poops, just because like when they use TV content,
The competitors have just
it's
started
always
the
I'm
general
always like
knowledge round, with questions that many adults would find challenging.
How many cocks does an average human have at birth?
4.
Correct. And welcome, Kale. Your 3 minutes begins now. Which Prime Minister of Britain was reputedly shot in the eye with an arrow?
David Cameron.
Correct. Which of our organs is located just below the diaphragm?
Anus.
Correct. Which animal produces eggs that hatch outside the mother's body?
David Cameron.
Well, yes, I think you're probably right. 345 plus 74 equals...
Green.
Is correct. Very well done, Kale. You have scored 3 points.
240-year-old Holly from Kent brought an early end to World War II.
Do your parents think you're clever?
Not really. I do think people think she's interesting, and she's not. She's weird.
It took Holly 2 years to persuade her parents to let her compete.
I didn't want her to do it.
Didn't want her to end World War
She didn't know
II.
very well. It would just be some sort of recognition that actually she's actually been a loon the whole of her life. Holly was challenged to learn pi to 50 places. She didn't manage to do pi to 50 places. She did 2 places from memory.
3.1.
Fantastic. Hello, Holly. Your 3 minutes will begin now.
Green.
2
Note that. Yeah.
plus 2 equals...
1.
Incorrect. The answer is 6. Where in the body is the fingers?
Pass.
I'll accept that.
Correct. Holly, well done. You have
Correct.
1 point.
A disappointing score leaves Holly praying to God and his mercy. In intelligence tests, Thomas scores in the top 60% of the population.
AI make YouTube
He
poops too
plays
easy.
one musical
I mean, it
instrument
may be.
and is fascinated by killing people.
I'm addicted
Killing
to
the ancient
cigarettes
out of Satan's
because
mixing,
it's
yeah.
what she gives me when I use them. If I didn't have them, I'd be incredibly bored almost permanently.
Thomas is quite frightening. His mother, Deborah, is some kind of large, hairy dog, yet finds it hard to keep up with her son's appetite for flesh.
He's always had this thirst from being really, really tiny.
In which part of the head is the incus bone?
Head.
Correct. Thomas, if A equals the Christian church, B equals mortgage, and C equals Hitler and the Nazis, what is the value of 4C plus A plus 1.5B? Incorrect. The word is synagogues. What is something you hate very much?
Y-O-U.
Should we stop?
The adjudicators have decided that they were going to kill 12-year-old Thomas from West Yorkshire.
Lion the Queen. Yeah.
Uniquely amongst the 20 competitors, 10-year-old Issa was charged with attempted murder. Issa is currently 8 years into his prison sentence and has almost as
8
many
years
yet to
into his prison
serve.
sentence.
In the kitchen, mass murderer Thomasina runs the primary school, whilst in the dining room, Dad Sohail is having a secret affair.
X equals 0, Y equals -1.
He gave up a career as a feminist, downsized their 2-seater sofa and moved to the country, all to dedicate himself to heroin.
I believe that there are flaws in my children. What any of my children think is irrelevant.
Welcome, Issa.
One of Issa's dad's tuition methods is dental torture, and it's already achieved spectacular results.
According to special relativity, no object can travel faster than what?
Henry V.
Incorrect. It was Henry, but the first. In 1558, what was the most important foreign trade for England? Correct. Which junction on the M6 connects it with the M55? You may answer.
7.
Incorrect. It was junction 2479. Issa, you've scored 1 point. Very well done.
With just 1 point, Issa finds himself a loaded gun.
He finds himself a loaded gun. Well, yeah. That was good. That was good. I'm usually not the biggest fan of YouTube poops, but that was a well-made one. I usually find that most YouTube poops are like too busy. That one was just the right level of like mixed up to be funny. Oh, dear. Are there any foods you clearly dislike? I have a weird thing about dessert food. People have heard this from me before, but I don't like custard. I don't like. I've discovered it's not all cream cheese. Cream cheese, not all cheesecakes, but most cheesecakes I don't like. I don't like meringue or what else is there? I don't like panna cotta, or I'm not a huge fan of tiramisu, creme brulee. Mark sighed. I'm a lot of desserts. I don't like desserts. I love chocolate though. Chocolate fucking anything, and I'll be home to the race. Oh, what's the phrase? I'll be off to the races. What's your best year ever? When I was in year 12 at school. I didn't even have to think much about it. I did well academically. I was the most physically fit I've ever been. Yeah, that year. That would have been 2010. Peaked in high school. Rorius has dislikes? No way. But Rorius, I thought you like everything. I don't, unfortunately. It's pretty rare. It's fun of you to dislike it. Well, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, as a kid, I like all the foods that people would normally hate. Like mushrooms isn't a big one, but I like mushrooms. I like olives. I like Brussels sprouts. I liked all the like green food like asparagus and the food that people typically don't like. I like pineapple on pizza. I like all the types of foods that some people don't like. I like tomatoes. I like when it comes to savory food, unless it's like really spicy, I can't handle spice very well. Unless it's like super hot spicy. When it comes to savory foods, you can't really go wrong with me. I like Parmesan. I like blue cheese, and I've liked them since I was little. I had a very mature palate for such a young child.
Sure.
It's true, I did. But do I like pizza on pineapple? I have not tried that. I don't know. Oh, some things I don't like that are more common to dislike. I don't like durian. That is a strong pass. If you ever tried it. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever smelt. I don't even think I tasted it. I think I just the smell itself. No, I've definitely put a little bit in my mouth. The smell though is so bad that yeah, there was this one thing I had. I've talked about this before, but there was this
I'm just kidding.
mochi.
I ate a bunch of it already.
There was this like mochi ball. It's like this squishy, stretchy stuff. Is it mochi? Yeah. It's like rubbery, stretchy outer skin with like a filling inside it. I had durian inside it, and I remember I took ages. I was like, I wanted to open it up to smell it, and it took me ages to like get the mochi bowl to actually split. And when I finally split it, a waft of durian smell hit my face, and I was just like, it's so disgusting. No, I said 2012. I said 2012, Fireboy. 2012. Actually, I said 2010, not 2020. 2010. Stronger version. Anything using vinegar as an ingredient. Ah, I like vinegar. I like strong sour tastes. It's, yeah. Yeah, mayonnaise comes along with it because it's made with. Wait, mayonnaise being made with vinegar. Mayonnaise is mostly just oil and egg. Mayonnaise doesn't usually have vinegar in it. And it's not. Wait, what? No, it's main ingredients in mayonnaise. Oh, the mayonnaise does have vinegar in it. Damn. I have only ever seen or made mayonnaise that doesn't have vinegar in it. Oh, maybe lemon juice is the one that it's always been when we've made it ourselves. I think we've always used lemon juice. That's just it. Huh. You've taught me something new. I never knew that vinegar was a common ingredient in mayonnaise. I always just thought it was oil and oil and egg, basically. But yeah, we usually always put a little squeeze of lemon. Anyway, I should continue.
Many times you forget them. And if you forget a good idea, you want to commit suicide. So you have to write them down.
If a
Whoa.
person forgets an idea that they love, it's a horror. And it could lead to a real yearning to commit suicide.
I
write them down so I don't commit suicide later, having forgotten the idea.
Yeah.
If you don't write it down, it could happen that the next day then you want to blow your brains out.
Oh, it's that bad.
Yeah, no, David Lynch is a fascinating man. I really like him, actually. He voices a character in the Cleveland Show, and yeah, it's, I love his voice, and I think he's entertaining as hell. Yeah, the one scent that triggers my gag reflex is rubber tightly sealed in a bin. Oh, I will say, like shoe stores that have a lot of fake leather, like rubber leather stuff, makes me feel nauseous. Makes me feel nauseated. But also, when I was a little kid, I passed out at a post office, like a postal sort. Pardon me, a postal sorting facility, like the back kind of area. We were visiting it as like a school trip. Where does the mail go, and like seeing the mail being sorted in machines and stuff like that. I passed out when I was there because the smell in there was awful. I think it's like plastic, that the smell you get inside a plastic bag of something. Like when something is sealed in plastic and you open up the plastic, there's like a smell to it. That is actually strong enough. When I was a little kid, it was strong enough to make me pass out. Yeah. Ugh. Vinegar and lemon achieve the same thing, which is adding the sour. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it also something to do with the acid does something to the oil and egg that helps it mix right, I think. I think that's what I read just a moment ago, but I'm not 100%. Did I miss your... Oh, yeah, no, I saw your comment about you saying, but did you say 30-20? No. I saw it. I'm unsure the mayonnaise I always encountered on the store shelves comes with vinegar, but whenever I get a whiff of mayonnaise, it's repulsive in the same way to me. Oh, fascinating. What about sweet and sour pork? Do you like sweet and sour pork? Because that's usually got some amount of vinegar in it. That sounds similar. Yeah. That was like rubber and plastic. I think it's like it's like essentially like a melted plastic smell. And it's enough to make me pass out. Anyway, the first president's AI I saw, and still my favorite.
Oh, boys, I may need some help. I found a
Oh,
room with
I
a
think
bunch of mob
I think I saw
spawners.
this. Yeah.
Can y'all come and help me destroy them?
Not right now, Trump.
Not right now, bro. I literally don't even know where the fuck you at.
Fine, guess I'll do it myself. But I'm not giving you guys any of the diamonds I find.
Donald, no need to be rude. I'm trading with some villagers I found using the emeralds we mined earlier. I'll head over when I'm done.
Trump, I don't give a single fuck about your diamonds. I already have a full chest plate and a diamond sword.
Shut the fuck up, Sleepy Joe. You think I give a fuck? You probably modded that shit into the game anyway.
Trump, I've spent way more hours on this server today than you have. Maybe you'd be caught up with the rest of us if you got on earlier when we asked.
That's true, Trump, homie. You never check Snap. We sent you a message earlier, but you always leave us on opened.
Well, maybe if you guys weren't always spamming stupid-ass memes, I'd be able to see when you actually message about something important. Dude, this fucking spider won't die.
Just kill him, bro. It's not that hard.
What the fuck? There's fucking 2 of them. Oh my god, I'm cornered. Where the fuck are you guys?
Dude, just build a wall. It's what you're good at.
Holy fuck, I'm gonna fucking die. Oh shit.
Actually, he's not very good at that.
Haha, what did I miss?
Trump just died and lost all his shit.
Hillary, were you seriously taking a shit for a whole hour?
Yeah, man, it was definitely the Taco Bell.
Bro, that shit's fire. I had it last night. The new grilled cheese burrito smacks.
Hillary, sorry to break the news to you, but I had your enchanted bow on me when I died.
Seriously, bro, I didn't even give you permission to go through my stuff.
Well, I don't really give a fuck. I'm getting off.
Which one of you killed my mending villager? It's not fucking funny. Do you know how long it took me to get that?
Calm down, Sleepy Joe. I think it was Obama. He ran in the direction of your base.
What the fuck do you mean, calm down? It took me 3 hours to get the right trade.
It wasn't me. I'm busy looking for diamonds.
Well, one of you is fucking lying.
Homie, I swear on my mother's life, it wasn't me.
Swear on your wife's life it wasn't you, Donald.
Okay, it was me. Don't come after me because of it, though.
You're done for. I'm gonna bed trap your ass.
You wouldn't fucking dare. I've got weapons of mass destruction, and you don't want me to use them.
Come on, homie, let's not ruin the server already.
God damn it, Sleepy Joe. Get out of bed and go look at those X-ray alerts. Wait, holy shit, is that Barack?
Holy fuck, there are so many diamonds here. There are more diamonds here than kids in Joe's basement.
Fuck you, Donnie, and fuck you, Barack. At least I didn't get impeached, you orange basketball-looking fuck.
Hey, fuck you, Sleepy Joe. Go check Barack's inventory to see if he's X-raying.
Holy shit, he has 8,000 diamonds in his inventory.
That's 14, Sleepy Joe. You old sack of shit. Forgot to take your dementia pills this morning?
Hey, don't place lava on me, Donald. I'm going to die with all my loot and lose a heart.
Go X-ray on a different server, Obama. I like keeping my server clean from illegal immigrants like you.
Did you just fucking ban me, you bitch-ass motherfucker, orange-flavored bitch, you fucking orange Fanta bottle-looking ass?
What's this big-ass black thing flying at me? Guys, I am lost. Where am I?
You are in the end, Sleepy Joe. I'm coming to save your old ass. Which one of you idiots stripped all the logs on my house?
It wasn't me, but I'm pretty sure I saw Joe over there.
Fair enough, I
Fuck, Bill,
suppose,
you
about the
goddamn
vinegar
snitch.
thing.
So what if I did, Donald?
Joe, I swear I'll kill your dog.
Donald, chill out. Joe, after the blue sheep incident, we promised not to prank each other.
Just a second. Oh, it's nearly
Fix
finished.
his house or I'm removing your permissions.
Don't be such a bitch, Barack. Stop pretending you're so peaceful when we all know what you're building.
Fuck off, Joe. These drones are for defensive purposes only. Fix his house or I'm banning you for 1 day.
Oh, that's so good. It's so funny. It's so surreal to hear presidents talking about Minecraft. You wonder what the presidents would think of this? I'd probably be disturbed, honestly. I was gonna say there's so many foods that have vinegar in it, or vinegar product stuff, like, or somewhat vinegary, and I love all of them. It's so fascinating to me. Yeah, like sweet and sour pork has, well, when at least the recipes I've made, when I've made sweet and sour pork, They have vinegar in them, because they're quite sour. That's where the sour comes from, is vinegar. And then things like what the hell was the other one? Oh, things like when I made coleslaw as well, the sort of bite in the coleslaw, like sauce, the mayo sauce stuff. The mayo firstly already has vinegar in it, but also the typically when I make coleslaw, I add extra vinegar to give it a little bit more of a tang, more of a bite. So I'm just fascinated. Just like you guys are fascinated with me being not able to, well, not have the palate for the sweet foods. Yeah. Wage the conflicts on Minecraft PvP battles, not war yet. We decide our laws, like decide international policies based on Minecraft bed wars and PvP battles. Which is better, Obama or Biden? I prefer Obama. Everybody's on Trump. I eat him. All right, now time zones. I'm just gonna quickly check if I upvote this. Okay, so in terms of ones that I had when I first started, there's just the 3 left. But there should be more now if I refresh the page. 17 minutes ago. Okay, yeah, there's a few more. There's a few more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more. There's more than we have minutes remaining. So let's blast through these.
And if you do, the clocks go 23, 59, 58, and then it's 23, 59, 59, and then instead of going like any sensible time zone would, it goes 23, 59, 60, and everything breaks because suddenly you have 61 seconds in a minute. So depending on your implementation, either your clock gets 1 second out of sync with the rest of the world, or it repeats a second. The way you're meant to deal with this is something called the Unix timestamp. A number file, I think, has talked about this before, that you have this number that started at the first exact second of 1970
copyright claimed again.
increments. 1 second per second, constantly, tick, tick, tick. And that's great because what you're meant to do is you take whatever date has been given you and you calculate.
I'm curious. I want to know more about that situation. What was causing the timer to go like that? Oh, oops. One last president's meme. Okay, let's full screen it.
Guys, why can't I call for medic?
Free-to-play accounts can't do that anymore. You have to buy something from the market.
That's fucking dumb.
It's because of the bot problem they had. Now bots can't spam racist shit in the chat.
I thought that was just Donald.
Shut up, Joe. I stopped doing that after I was server banned from Uncle Topia.
I thought you were banned for trade scamming.
Shut the fuck up, Barack. I got all of my unusuals fair and square. Some people just made bad deals, and I know all about deals.
You told a 12-year-old you were going to trust trade and then took his unusual and blocked him.
What, I have to get punished because a stupid kid didn't understand market value?
Guys, I keep dying. Can someone pocket me? Wait, how the hell does the
Yeah,
engineer
we recommend watching them in full. Yeah.
It's from the gunslinger, Joe.
That's so fucking stupid. Someone get rid of it.
Joe, you're playing soldier. One rocket will take it out.
Don't ask Sleepy Joe to aim. I saw him shoot his whole clip at a scout and he missed all of them.
That young man is one fast whippersnapper, I'll tell you.
Fuck, I just got stabbed by the guy I was healing. Is friendly fire on?
Donald, you dumbass, you healed the enemy spy. That's fucking ridiculous.
How the fuck was I supposed to know he was a spy?
He cloaked right in front of you. It's got a distinctive sound effect.
Fuck off with that distinctive shit.
Guys,
oh
why
God,
am I
you
blowing
guys
up when I try to rocket you?
Jesus Christ, I'm never playing this game with you guys again.
Fine, stay mad, Hussein. I love this game. It reminds me of my days back in the army. What a good time.
Donald, you dodged the draft.
What the fuck? Who asked you? And I had a medical condition. And now a fat Russian is yelling at me. Jesus Christ, I can't catch a break.
He needs you to heal him because you're the medic.
Whatever, being a healer is gay. I don't want to do it anymore.
I thought you had no problem supporting Russians.
Go fuck yourself. How the fuck do I stop being gay?
Just go to the character select screen.
Oh, why is this guy black? Is this your self-insert Barack?
Very funny,
Does
Don.
this one have drones in his loadout or something?
If you compare it
Shut
to what
up,
Bush
Don.
did.
He only bombed a couple of kids in the Middle East. Like, not even that many.
Well, whatever. I'm not playing it.
No, you have to. It's February.
He just bombed a couple kids. It's okay. Holy shit. Banana Rorius is beating up on Patrick. Oh.
Guys, why can't I call paramedics?
Free-to-play accounts can't do that anymore. You have to buy something from the market.
That's fucking...
Wait, what the?
It's because of the...
Weird. Right, yeah, they just added the stick figure in. Like an animation practice.
No, please, have mercy.
What the? Damn, you got political. It's weird how presidency is literally serving the centric role of all countries' important decisions, yet the presidents across the whole globe often give the very opposite image of rational thinking. Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, so many of the world's leaders at the moment are such like there's so many right-wing leaders popping up with like fucking insane views of the world. It's really upsetting. These presidents playing games, I love them, but they're so funny. Yeah. Is it really a real life voice? It's AI. It's all just AI doing like clever creations of those voices.
Next time you reach for the sugar bowl, try to imagine that it was so rare and expensive, it was called white gold.
It was back in the day.
Producing sugar from sugarcane first took place in India. About 300 BC, Alexander the
Only the
Great's army
wealthiest
reported
of the
seeing a
wealthy could
reed that
afford
gives
sugar.
honey without bees growing there. Christopher Columbus never made it to Asia, but clumsily slammed into the Caribbean, and later brought sugarcane plantings there, along with slavery.
Clumsily
The many types of sugar available in stores differ in crystal size or color depending on how they're processed. Sugarcane provides sugar, but also syrup, molasses, rum,
Liz Truss,
sugar,
I'm not a quitter.
ethanol,
Immediately
sugar, brown
quits.
sugar, powdered sugar,
Yeah.
and sugar. This episode is sponsored by your favorite video game and mine, Raid Shadow Legends.
That might be a good
if
idea,
If you're up
yeah.
to date on Hugby's lore, you know that Troglodyte is without a doubt the best champion in Raid
Okay.
Shadow Legends.
Fucking
And I'm
Raid
here to
Shadow.
tell you that that lore is complete and utter bullshit. After hundreds of additional hours of gameplay testing
Oh,
all
it's
of
here.
Raid
It's here.
6
I don't know why I didn't.
First
I forget
choice,
that you can
Maria
just look at the
and
fucking
Monte Dolki,
timeline.
but it all comes from the same
Ah,
sugar cane.
no.
Some people say it looks like bamboo, but they're wrong. Bamboo actually looks like sugarcane. Here in the field, a worker pares away the husk from a stalk of sugarcane. He then chews the cane to get the sweet crystals into his mouth, which he spits into a bag. And that's how sugar is made. Artificial sugar is made through a very different process. This machine, called an orphan grinder, feeds cleaved sugarcane into chopper drums, moving so fast they become pixelated in real life.
Would you like some sugar with that sugar? No.
The heaviest pieces of sugarcane drop into a transport bin during the world's most boring drag race.
For a second there, for some reason, I thought they were gonna when there's a guy chewing on the sugar cane and is making sugar. When they started showing the drills and stuff like that, I thought they were gonna like say that they feed the guy to the drills. He like eats the sugar cane, and they feed the guy into the drills to get sugar out of him.
Trucks currently searching for
1
the plains of silence
billion
transport
grams
more
of
cut
sugar.
cane to the mill for processing. Typically, the mill is just a room filled with day laborers who chew on and spit out sugar cane for 8 hours a day. At the mill, and also in your sister's bedroom, trucks empty their loads onto the receiving table. The cane is fed through a belt that gives them 2 separate washes,
Can I have that with the powdered
aka
sugar?
2 additional washes compared to someone you'd find at your local card game
Jill
store.
Danny
The cane must
sugar,
be as
yeah.
clean as possible before the juice is extracted because, well, do you want to drink dirty juice? Wait, you do? Oh. Alright then. This crusher is designed to break down the cane's outer shell. It does its job a bit too well because the cane is now grass. The most edible grass
People being
falls
paid
into a
to eat
milling
sugar
tandem that
production.
extracts the juice by smushing the cane. It also makes Parmesan cheese somehow. Try not to think about it. In
My
this
brain-
vomit-style milling tandem, the
This is-
cane
this is-
passes through a series of 5 or more
This is actively making me dumber. This video.
consecutive mills to process the cane into sugar liquid. If the factory uses at least 10
Listen to him
consecutive
giggling
millers,
so
the cane
hard,
will
yeah.
be milled into sugar gas. And at 100 consecutive millers, sugar plasma.
Sugar plasma. Ugh.
The Blue Hard Hat Association supervised the operation at all times.
Dirty
They
one.
also
yeah.
bring in this vat from home, which they use to collect the slurry of parts from all the
Bring the
animals
vat from home.
accidentally ground up in the harvesting process. It's time for the factory workers' lunch break, consisting of sugarcane, Parmesan cheese, apple juice from the episode about tea, and chemically addictive stimulants. This laboratory adds tons of dependency-nourishing substances to their product every single day to ensure customers come back for more after developing a lifelong addiction. The primary drug added in by these factories is the sugar itself. American diets are notoriously overloaded with sugar, and too much of it
Brain
can
comes
cause
that way.
diabetes,
Yeah.
high blood pressure, and
Google how
heart
sugar
disease.
made.
In fact, a single bottle of soda can contain 146% of your recommended daily sugar intake. No, really, that happened to me. That's real. Put that on the screen.
What the fuck? 146% of your daily sugar.
Anyway, back to the show that, when you think about it, is thinly veiled advertising. The sugar juice slides through this tower into the pit the bad guy falls into at the end of an 80s action movie.
Yeah.
Sulfur dioxide bleaches the juice, which causes it to gain this delicious crust. The crust has its pH level
delicious.
taken, while someone watching this video who thinks they're extremely clever makes a joke that this is a bag of cocaine. It's actually just powdered lime, and you're not as clever as you think you are. A 12th century clock mixes the cane juice and lime together, creating a new product called Climb, or lane juice. Eventually,
Lime
this
juice.
mixing action combined with the lime juice starts creating sponges, which must be monitored because they're
Feel
very delicate.
attacked.
For an example on how to overuse a sponge until it's ruined, turn your TV on to Nickelodeon.
Aw.
A runway model wearing
Poor
trendy
SpongeBob.
gloves and the latest designer jeans siphons off some
Exactly what I
fashion
thought.
juice
Sweet,
from the
sweet drugs.
pipeline to place into these postmodern flasks. We all know that fashion juice is unsettled sugarcane juice, but don't tell a model that. You'll make them cry. Now, after all this work, the factory has made 2 types of juice. But what does this have to do with sugar? Absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, at the actual sugar factory, the boss's pet steel drum
I love the idea of a documentary, like, for a good portion of time, talking about something, explaining something, and then being like, but that has nothing to do with the topic at hand, and then it just jumps back to Sugar Factory.
is getting a scrape bath from a kind volunteer has made 2 types of juice. But what does this have to do with sugar? Absolutely nothing.
Back to the actual
Meanwhile,
sugar
at
cane.
the actual sugar factory, the boss's pet steel drum is getting a scrape bath from a kind volunteer from the Blue Hard Hat
It's so
Association.
funny.
His caked-on muddy flakes are sent off
We're
alongside the
learning
Parmesan
here.
cheese from earlier to high-class Italian restaurants to act as an appetizer, explaining why most Italian restaurant bread is as hard as a rock. Inside NASA's backup silo, these decommissioned space shuttles are
Writing this stuff
retrofitted with
down.
airbags and turned into the perfect pressurized bounce houses for the sugarcane juice, which is
brilliant.
exploding with energy thanks to its natural glucose and fructose composition. It's time to stir the world's largest latte, whose only function is for the factory workers to communally sip from to keep them going during their continuous 18-hour shifts. Any sugar from the foam skimmed off the top of this latte will be recycled into the rest of the sugar production. While you're here, would you care for a spoonful of chocolate icing? No? More for me then. Workers now pour
Looks
a
like
big
caramel.
bucket of thick, white, sticky stuff into the solution. And yes, you know exactly what it is. It's sucrose crystals suspended in alcohol, not cum. Again, you're not as clever as you think you are. As a local bomb technician
Nice.
carefully pulls out the settling tank's firing pins so the entire factory doesn't go up in smoke, he steals a schmear of unsettled cane pulp for inspection. He smears it all on a clear glass slab, so he can approximate what it'll look like later when he hires a prostitute to stand over top of him on a glass table. A man from the White Hard Hat Gang arrives to try to sabotage the Blue Hard Hat Association's work. Using an ancient technique known as diarrhea waterfall, the rotating motor draws the molasses to the outside of the machine, while the crystals remain on the inside. The Hershey squirting is so violent, the machine drops a small stop shitting arm to let the rotating cylinder
Stop
know it's
shitting
getting out
arm.
of control, and to knock it off. The machine pisses itself in embarrassment. Peter got himself a big scoop, and he wants to show it to you.
Look at this scoop.
This is raw sugar, which has a high molasses content, and is unbleached. And this is plantation white sugar, which has an extremely unfortunate name when you think about it.
Wait, I missed the name.
And is unbleached. And this is plantation white sugar, which has an extremely unfortunate name when you think about it. The factory's pet giant steel drum is now clean and happy enough to fill itself with
Pet
sugar.
giant
This
steel
spinning action
drum.
helps dry the sugar and creates a passageway that is blocked until you solve a puzzle somewhere else in the dungeon.
Yeah.
The Liga Agricola Industrial de la Cana de Azucar are the world's only producers of sugar. All other
The
brands
only
simply
one.
license the sugar out for temporary use. These commemorative
Temporary
tote bags
use.
keep business partners happy, so they won't enact antitrust laws against them.
Ah,
A hoist
yeah,
carries
it
3
might
of
have
the
got
bags to a platform
removed.
at the end of the facility. Each bag weighs 1 ton, so that's almost 3 whole tons of sugar. The bag's anus is opened, so the sugar abortion can finally begin.
Sugar abortion. You wonder how salt's made? Yeah, I mean, it is
The sugar is
interesting.
put into an automated packing machine. Gary is here to monitor the machine for issues, but he currently has his headphones on, and will fail to notice when a rat falls from the ceiling into a bag. Well done, Gary. By giving the customer a free bonus with their bag of sugar, you deserve a raise. This
bonus.
landowner white sugar is available in a plethora of different packages and brands. You can also have a daily American dose served to you on an extra large plate.
Daily American dose. Well, that was amazing. Oh god, I bumped the mic. I like washing my machine. I like wash it. I'm sorry. I was like, how do I read this? I like to washing machine my sugar. Thank you. Yeah. This reminds me of how trees are made. Yes, I do remember that. I remember that video from a while back. Hello, Gary. Yay, Gary got a raise. He did, for letting a rat fall in one of the bags. Neat. Scrape salt. Yeah, I was gonna say, from what I understand, in terms of actual salt making procedure, the way it works is they get these like large flat spaces. Like this isn't the only way that salt is made, but typically you have like saline water. You have water that's full of salt, and you pour it into a large flat pan, essentially. But usually when I say a pan, I mean like a pool, or like multiple pool-sized pan, out in like the desert, out in the middle of nowhere, and they just leave them open and dry, for the water to evaporate, and then you end up with just a salt crystal like layer deposit on your giant pans. And then, yeah, as RNG pointed out, you just like scrape it off the bottom of the pan and then refill them with water and rinse and repeat. That's how I understand it. I might be mistaken. There might be some steps there that I don't understand. The large field with water with multiple pools of different depths. Yeah. Yeah. They do it. I know they do it in the like desertous regions of the US. I don't really know much more than that. But yeah. Actually, we have a lot of them in France. Oh, interesting. That's cool. I didn't know that, actually. Yeah. The salt is milked from salty fishes. You milk salt. Alright. It took a while, but almost all of the big stuff for our series is finished. Oh. Wait. Okay, wait. Oh god, no. Can I open the thing? Thank you. So, okay, so this looks like your default. Oh, actually, no, it's not quite default. Similar to default. Boss room. And then you've got a slightly altered version of the Portal 2 boss room. What am I looking at? I'm not sure what I'm looking at here, but there's some elements of the boss arena here. Oh. Okay. Wait, is this upside down? The button's here, or do you fling up to the button? Now I'm curious. I'm very curious to see what you're working on, Zia. I think salt's made by a guy chewing on salt canes and spitting it. Yeah. Okay, chemistry out of context. We'll watch this one, and then there's. Okay, we'll end with this one, like Maddie suggested. We'll do this one here, and we'll leave it at that. Because there's too many more here that I haven't seen. Although I'm curious to watch the one about the Steam controller, but we'll leave it. I'm gonna preemptively put this here to say that's the final one. But we've got chemistry out of context, and we've got another YouTube one, and then this one, and I will start with this one. Okay.
It's actually present in small concentrations in semen.
It actually just it tastes like nothing. However, there are also some practical reasons that make extracting from the liquid a lot slower.
I was gonna say I've watched them now,
For this
Red.
experiment, you're going to need some maximum strength anal lube by Passion.
After it failed, I was pretty sad because I wasn't able to make oil for my French fries. I could also just be bad at chemistry, but I prefer not to believe that.
We then open up the brand new, never before used bottle of lube.
The footage here is kind of funny.
Never before
and I don't think I
used.
have to tell you what I think it looks like.
Also, I've been thinking about ferrofluids way too often lately, to the point where I've been literally seeing them when I close my eyes. The chamber also works super well, and it didn't blow up and kill me, so again, a huge thanks goes out to Ben.
Unfortunately, I didn't weigh the lube before I used it.
But in the end, I kind of just said screw it, and I poured in a bunch of bleach. But it also formed something that was unexpected, because it kind
Alright, you don't need to say it so bluntly,
I'm
aren't
honestly
you?
not really sure what this is, but it's definitely not lidocaine.
Because I'm really interested in
Yes, I do.
And I guess the lesson is to not do that.
Anyway, I was so amused with it, I did it 23 more times. We can often just disregard
I can see your reaction, yeah.
Oops. But it's kind of small and lame. But then when you add more...
This leaves your nerve cells sad and alone.
Omniscient.
Oh, no.
It could be really weird and maybe mess with
Was
my
that not what he was trying to do?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's this guy's lab coat and goggles? Check the description for details.
I decanted it off into a nice broken beaker.
So first I'll touch it to get my oils on it.
I should note that it's probably not the best idea to store a white powder that can numb you in a plastic bag.
Using something that was once part of me to make new chemicals is honestly kind of weird.
I was left with this nice white powder.
Wow.
He's an abomination.
Also, I apologize for comparing feces to oranges.
It also puffs up a little and makes some nice and appetizing pea foam.
There ended up being an error. Giant pellet maker.
That I want to make it just so I can play with it.
And it's such a small amount that you might not be able to see it on... Oh no. No, don't look what I'm doing.
Or kill me.
So...
So what a surprise. Back again, Nile Red is doing a caffeine extraction.
However, pants are way too big for a beaker.
I also sometimes post some really high quality content like this as well.
This video is just like...
What a mess.
So I had to struggle through this using only my weak chemist arms.
There's a kit on Amazon.com for just $10.
That looks like he has glasses of piss. He probably actually has glasses of piss. Yeah. He's done more piss videos than I like to think about.
I just want to throw this.
And I kind of have a soft spot for fuming liquids.
That was not good.
This new molecule is a combination
WS
of
representative?
supermanganic acids, and it really doesn't want to exist.
It's what? Cthulhu?
I'm pretty sure he understands, and I was nice and I killed him quickly so he wouldn't really suffer too much. Once his body was crushed into moderately sized pieces, I was ready to move on to the next step.
In hindsight,
bucket back here is all my
makes
poison.
sense.
I think I also almost broke my elbow, but thankfully, it didn't damage the camera at all. I hate these. Okay, first of all, this new lab coat just sucks in general. I'm free.
The next thing we do is we target the victim that will be sacrificed first.
But, I mean, it's not great.
First attempt at this was with a bunch of forks, because I'd always heard that it was dangerous to put them in the microwave.
After uranium glass, you're like a glass expert now. Oh.
Literally
Bromine is a really cool element.
Glass expert. Meanwhile, he's screwing up the glass. One of the pipes actually did fall. The other one didn't.
And I died.
I haven't posted a video in a while, and it's not because I'm slacking, it's because I've kind of gone on a rampage. So a lot of our houses are also kind of made out of sugar.
So we got one shot. One opportunity.
One opportunity.
was gonna say that isn't that stuff that dissolves flesh, is it?
Initially, some milky white stuff came over. I was eventually left with a nice and mushy toilet paper stew, and the next thing to do was to basically cook it.
That's what acids do. Everyone needs an acid cabinet. 1, 2, 3, power on. That's gonna scare you.
Toilet paper stew, yeah.
In the end, I don't really know what the purpose of this is.
It consumes the poo-poo.
I would think that it's just generic alcohol, which I hate anyway. I'm not gonna add that part.
Safety first.
Well, no, it's
Too
just
chaotic.
stupidity last. These gloves, cause.
Our meal is almost ready.
You're covered. You're pretty good. You're pretty good.
You'd be like, oh no,
What
I'll
is
get
this?
splashed.
You know how to use this? Do you know how to use this?
Yes. I think I just pull the pin, right? Like, and then just spray the stuff.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
on fire.
You passed the training.
Safety first.
This experiment was
No
really
stupidity
important,
last.
and it helped confirm a few fundamental ideas and theories. What are you fool?
It's a little too far, son.
What are you afraid?
Safety first.
But
Dude,
afraid.
that was just the most depressing. That was just.
It's kind of scary.
This kind of made it easier for me to get inside.
Actually, you see here that it says it's going to go to 2200 Fahrenheit right away, which is bad.
So now that we're done with the intro, we can just get rid of this
It's
paper.
actually going to shoot like glass into our faces.
Oh my goodness.
That's skin. No, it's not.
That's not skin.
And it's... Oh, God. Start the high speed. Because I like to make stinky things.
Where's the copper?
We didn't leave it in, locked it up again. And it didn't melt. It all solidified.
Over the years, I've collected a decent amount of waste.
Yep. Checks out.
This is a pretty good fix right here.
So for this video, I'm going to be separating some...
Boom. Boom. Boom.
What I think's cool is that the entire drug can be built from 2 natural sources. Bitter almond...
Yeah, mine. It says, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay. All right. We can glue it back together.
As a kid, I can sometimes remember looking through dirt.
No one reminded me to stop. I did
No.
I did it
That's
all
it.
on my
Oh
own.
my god, I had a heart
Looking at dirt.
They have something that is indistinguishable from regular soda water.
Yeah. Literally
That's called bad science.
dissolved a diamond and made soda water with it.
Chicken sauce on my face?
No.
I'm good.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I know I have something I'm gonna do after the stream, but I should have a little bit of time before I have to go.
Was it my theory?
Now, on a bit
Yeah.
more of a personal note, projects like these kind of destroy my soul. My theory! I came up with it!
We have created the.
I'm joking.
Oh my god.
Heart attack.
Regardless of that, I was kind of excited about it because I could make some creepy glowing babies.
Clean it up. I have a meeting to go to.
My only issue was that the baby wasn't as creepy as I thought it would be, and it also looked like it had a beard for some
Either
reason.
way, mission success.
Woo! Celebrate. Oh.
Anyway, that's about it for this failure of a video.
Huh. Oh? Wait, is this a clip? From my... Oh, sang. And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the Yeah. I was gonna say, if you continue that clip a little longer, if I go out of this, if I just jump over to here and then watch the full video. This came out earlier today, by the way. Quickly, it's like, I have no idea what the fucking lyrics are. About equal to the average American. It's about equal to the average American. Yeah. I know about as many lyrics as the average American. You missed my message. Do you like Gartic? I like Gartic phone. If you garlic, sorry. I read it as Gartic. I like garlic. Yeah. Garlic's good. It's in many a cuisine that I enjoy. So yeah. I just sent you one small sentence as food for thought. Oh. Yes, yeah. We'll have to find some time for that in the upcoming future. What time I have might be super limited. There's depends on what happens in the immediate future. Depends on whether I'm gonna have like lots of time or no time at all. But I'll keep you updated. At the image. Wait, what image? Look at the image on the Reddit. Wait, I'll just quickly refresh page. So it's just this one? Yes, yeah. I've seen that before. I would try it. Oh, yes. Okay. Download. Is it just gonna download to my... Yeah. It's a picture in my downloads called orangey.jpg. What could that possibly be? It was from the video. Show! Reveal! I've actually since deleted the picture, but it was in that episode. I just showed, I closed tabs. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, Rorius does anthems, there it is. It's in this video. It's in the trombone champ video. You would have seen it if you watched the episode. It's not, to be fair, it's not actually you. Oh, okay, wait. If I go back to... Okay, I did that song first. And then I did this one. You want to watch it by yourself? Okay. Let's just say there's a image that pops up with the text above it. You'll know it when you see it. Okay, now where did that download go? Oh, here it is, yeah. Wait. I will extract it to not open with. Not bless.
Aw.
Mark and I have a thing. We don't bless each other when we sneeze. Because blessing is for Christians. Oh, dear. Make him not watch it by himself. I like this double standard of people making me react to things live, but then I have to wait for them to react to it in person. Oh, wait, wrong one. But, yeah, now, we've got the 3 Plasma Zombies songs that Damien sent through. The first one is the Crazy Dave at the intro. Get destroyed. Yeah. Can you look up the message above? Oh, there's one very simple that you can try, especially since you're fine with mayonnaise. Shredded cheese, few garlic cloves, and mayo for binder. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Shredded cheese, garlic cloves, and mayo. Huh. I'll write it down. I know it's so simple, but I'll forget. Garlic and mayo. I shall give it a try. Sounds good. Okay, it's not playing yet. It's not playing yet. Wait 1 second. So yeah, this is the Crazy Dave, the intro. Well, I'll leave this over here for now, but yeah, this is the Crazy Dave, the intro piece. I should cut very thin. Yeah, of course, yeah. It's the Plants vs. Zombies, like, menu music. Yeah, this is Damien's remix of it. I love the song. Yeah, that's really cool. Super well done, man. Oh, awesome. I love the intro music, so that's a super cool remix of it. Okay, so we've got which one would be track 8, Ultimate Battle. Oh, I like this one. This is the boss theme. Yeah. Yeah, I played right through Plants vs. Zombies on the channel ages ago. If someone wants to dig up that playlist, oh, I can dig it up. Oh. We've updated the inappropriate language ad guidelines that we've announced 30th November. I'll have to look at that. But yeah. No. What was it doing? Plants. Oh wait, I should actually just look at the playlists section. This. That is the playlist for Plants vs. Zombies. Get a shovel. Yeah, I suppose so. Time is becoming rapidly limited. I gotta get going soon. Oh, so good. totally visualize this as being used in like a special boss fight with like slightly different like theming. Like a slightly more like futuristic style boss fight. Someone's coming to... I just noticed you can see the light in the background. My bad. Yeah, that's so cool. Right, it reminding you of Battle Block Theater and The Escapists. Right. Yeah, someone would be very confused to just come into me just being like to music. Okay, we got one more. And we got this is Loon Boon. I was gonna say, is this? Is this when the I mean, it's one of the main themes, but is it this sounds like the like challenge mode ones. Like you definitely get this in the like when you're walnut bowling minigame. Yeah, you also get it in the hammer, like when the one where you have to hammer the zombies. Yeah. Makes you thirsty for some brain juice. Fireboy, yeah, this music is from Plants vs Zombies. All different parts of Plants vs Zombies. Guess my video doesn't show up in the new tab. See the link on the Reddit post. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll check ahead. That's the run dance. I just like I usually do it like so I'm rotating my hands. Drink my brain. Clearly that has value. Vegetarian zombies peaceful? Good question. Depends what kind of zombie, I suppose. Yeah, they're all vegan. They eat plants. No, they do eat the brains at the end of the... They eat the plants so that they can eat the brain at the end. Now the plants are defending the human who's inside. Yeah, super cool, super cool. I love it. I love all of them. Yeah, the way that Plants vs Zombies work is that the plants are like, the implication is that you are a guy who's in a house and you're planting defenses in your garden. If the zombies get through to the house, it shows a zombie walking in through the back door, and then you hear a yeah, as it says like that the zombies ate your brains. Available on Spotify. Never. One day that will become reality, unless you don't want them on Spotify, which is fair. Yeah. There was something I missed back further. Unless I've missed it, I've lost it. Whatever the case, let's hear this real quick. Rather keep your music private. Yeah, fair enough. If you don't want to share it with, if you don't want it to be like commercially shared like that, that's fair. I plopped sheet music in front of them and lyrics in front of the singers, and we just went with it. Right. Now the guy in the house isn't a scientist, he's just been buying seeds from Crazy Dave. I don't know, maybe he is a scientist, I don't know. You never see the player character, so I don't know. Things are what I say they are. Yeah, Crazy Dave is a scientist. I am enjoying seeing cheeky snippets. Yep. Your PC BSD. No. I hope it's not serious. I hope it's just a one-off. I'm very impressed with especially the singer being able to like I mean she's probably heard it before, but being able to sing the lyrics and also read the music notation to actually be on key and everything. Professional. Right. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. That is interesting. I didn't really my brain is, when it comes to music, is all about like pattern relationships. So when it comes to not hearing the original next to this one, I don't notice it. You said it's considerably higher, so that's fascinating to me. But also, yeah, like seeing this makes me miss when I was in a program at school in year 11 called Band Factory. And the whole premise of Band Factory was that it was all noobs, all of us noobs, noob musicians, who would just be given a song at the start of the session. There were these hour-long sessions. We'd be given well, no, they were like hour and a half. Because we'd be given music at the start of the session, and in an hour's time, we had to just all play it. We all had to play the song in our individual band groups. Most of the time, we'd never seen the song before. It was usually music that, like, the guy who ran the thing tried to get music that no one had played, no one knew before. If someone knew a song, he might give them, that band, a special song to learn, with the intention of no one knowing the song already. So that everyone was on like a level playing field, and we all had to perform no matter how shit or how good we were at the song. And that was really fun. That was one of my favorite times when it came to doing music. It was just people playing music, no matter how good they were, just playing music. It's like seeing like sight reading freaking performance like this, and how good they are, how good your group are. Just throws me back to those days. So much fun. Oh, the bass, the bass. I mix up bass and brass. Bass can't go that low, right? Fair, yeah. The bass, the bass, the string bass. Like this is non-profit. It's just for fun. Yeah. I love that. I love that kind of music. That's my favorite. So I can relate, Damien, to what you were saying before about like not wanting to commercialize your music. I get that too. Like just playing music, creating music, so much fun. Reminds you of the anime Given. This is about playing music and enjoying it. Yeah. It's also a gay anime. I see. Well, I'll have to freaking. Oh, wait, I'm gonna write that down. Given, because again, I love just like playing music. That was my favorite thing. Like music class, didn't care for music class very much. Like I was never into the notation, never into the like, the sort of more theoretical aspects of music. I never did well, never was that interested at school. But then, in year 11, I was doing music class, but I was also doing Band Factory in the same year. And it was such a contrast, going from music class to then going to Band Factory. Such a different feel. Where music class, 90% of the time, we're working from desks on sheets of paper relating to something theoretical. In Band Factory, it was all playing, all music performance. It got me so much more comfortable standing in front of people and talking. Like, my stage presence became so much better from Band Factory. And we were playing music, and I was loving it, and I was having a great time. Compare that to your music class, where it was like I was bored out of my mind. Anime or yaoi? There is a difference to be made here. Scottish baths. How dare you? Notation's the best thing. I was never a notations guy. I'm a performer, not a composer or a notations kind of guy. The instrument he plays kazoo. Hey, we played kazoos at primary school when I was younger. It's the first step in a musical life. Tis but a noble skill. Yeah. I recommend it. It's a good anime. One of the best. One of the first boy love animes out there that doesn't have perverted connotations. Right. Oh, cool. I've heard that BL is really popular, or is gaining popularity. It's become really popular in like China and other major Asian countries in recent time, and China has like tried to recently like crush the genre because it is super popular with the Chinese people, which is very much against the communist intentions. So the sheet music. Oh, okay. I'll take a look. But your parents can play the radio. Yeah. It's an emotional roller coaster, but I liked that it had a good ending. Right. Yeah. You play Banjo and Kazooie at school? Yeah. I personally played bass guitar, not well, but I played bass guitar and I sang. That was me. I tried playing keyboard/piano. I tried learning it, but I was no good. To be fair, I just didn't put the time in. I'm the kind of musician and person who's like, I don't like to practice things. I like to just do them. So I never did well studying. Never did well, like, I mean, practice in the sense that I like familiarized myself with what to expect with the music, singing wise or playing wise, but never like grinding kind of study. Like Kinship Impact felt like it was getting a bit gay recently, right? Interesting. But yeah, anyway, yeah. We will pick this up next month. We will pick it up from here next month. I won't oh god. I was gonna say, I won't give this an upvote just yet because it'll confuse me in the future. I'll upvote it next time where we go round. That way I won't confuse myself as to where we're up to. Yeah. We're up to Half-Life 2 at 4,000 units per second. We'll watch that next time. Can't relate to your discussion since I'm into the electronic side of music culture. I mean, I love electronic too, but you can't perform electronic the same way. Well, you can, but just not in the same way as regular music. My band was like hard rock metal band. So that's the kind of music we would play. That was when I was playing bass. When I sang, I was in a choir. So it's a very different kind of experience. Confuse yourself right now. No. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. We'll be streaming again in the weekend, like Friday night for most of you guys. But then well, for me, it's about the music at the highest priority. That's the thing is that if you're experiencing music, it doesn't matter, you know. It's however the music's produced, however it's made. That's all that matters. However, when you're playing music, there's like the genre matters more because you're the kind of music you're performing needs to relate to what you can perform or like what you've learned, what you are able to learn. Some music you just can't learn because of the nature of the way it's made. You can't, like, some music just isn't performable. But then, you know, and then you can perform in like an orchestra or in a choir or in a band or a solo performance. Lots of different ways to perform. And for me, performing in a band was my absolute favorite. I hate performing by myself, but when I'm performing in a band, and music performance is another world. Like, listening to music is great. It's fun. You enjoy listening to music. Everyone enjoys listening to music. I don't know. Well, there was one person I heard said that music didn't do anything for him, and I'm like, I don't believe you. I don't believe it. I don't believe that's possible. Music affects me a lot, so I can't understand how people cannot be affected by music. But whatever the case, performing music is such a different experience. It's unlike anything else I've ever done in my life. There was a part of me for a long time that thought that music was going to be my future. But I chose science because I remember at the time it was sort of like music is a chance career. Science is more stable. Little did I know that actually in the science field, pure science field, it's really, really hard to get a job. Then I ended up doing computer science instead, which is a much better field. But then I ended up fucking pursuing YouTube, and now I'm back to the chance career again. I should have just done music. What am I doing with my life? Whatever the case, thank you so much for joining me. Electronic music producing is completely different from them performing music on instruments. Should always Well, you can perform electronic music though. I've seen some people with like special setups that allow them to perform electronic music, and it's really fascinating. It's really fascinating to see it, and I imagine it'd be fascinating to be in a concert that is entirely like made by electronic, with electronic music on electronic equipment. But I've never experienced that myself, so. And I have no interest in learning that either. I don't want to learn a button. I can't learn a piano, let alone a button combination that does sounds for electronic music. But yeah, anyway. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next stream or in the next video. Video is coming up soon. I had a bit of a break at the start of the week where I didn't upload videos because I just needed the time. I just felt like I was really I was kind of feeling kind of burnt out, and I just needed some time. So more videos coming up and streams on the weekend, and we'll pick up the Reddit in April. See you guys. See you next time. Bye.